Eagle 102, KJFM, Louisiana Bowling Green, and Eagle 97.5, WBBA, Pittsfield.
Area high school basketball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at KJFMradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. Now to the court for high school basketball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
And welcome to Bowling Green High School. It's boys semifinal night in the 99th annual Bowling Green Invitational Tournament. Jim Ross, Chris Grody, Maddie Ingram here with you. I think Corey Buchanan is going to join us later for the second game. But in this first game, it's semifinal night, and we'll have the top seed Vanfar Indians against the home team, the 4 seed, the Bowling Green Bobcats. Vanfar methodically defeated Silex in the first game of the tournament on Tuesday, 69-38. And Chris, Bowling Green arguably played their best game of the season so far as they defeated North Callaway 75-50.
Yeah, they played a really good game the other night against North Callaway. Like Coach Smith said, he said in that interview that that was the first time this season that he felt they had guys running both ways down the court, and they knew where to be. They didn't have a guy kind of just roaming and lost, and they're going to have that again tonight to beat the number 1 seed.
Over in the middle school, Jim, Silex will take on North Callaway in the consolation semifinal at 5:30. Louisiana will play Ellsbury. Back here, we'll have a rematch of the Clopton championship game at approximately 6:50 as Winfield and Clopton will square off. And we're going to tell you about this Bowling Green Vanfar game as we start the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show after this on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Brought to you by Barnes Roots and Herbs, Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic, and Tom Bolin Ford.
Family Drug, your community health mart pharmacy in Louisiana, reminds you that this is a good time to review your medicine cabinet. Another cold and flu season means taking stock of outdated or no longer used medication. The folks at Family Drug also remind you that changes in your prescriptions may pose drug interaction problems. When you're choosing a pharmacy for your family's prescription, talk to your dedicated staff at Family Drug, Louisiana. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Experience the ultimate golf adventure at Tee Time Golf, Bowling Green's premier indoor golf simulator destination. Whether you're a solo golfer looking for a relaxing round or want to challenge your friends, Tee Time Golf can accommodate up to 6 players per hour. Choose from a variety of game modes, stroke play, scramble, teams, or even driving range. Visit their Facebook page for more information on pricing and reservations, or call 573-591-6699. Tee Time Golf is not just a game, it's a golfing experience year-round like no other. Swing by and elevate your game. They are located at 1107 Business Highway 61, Bowling Green, Missouri.
Geared Up, just off the square in Pittsfield, is your first stop for screen printing and embroidery. The folks at Geared Up take pride in making their communities and schools look great while offering the best prices around. If you're looking to expand your wardrobe, or maybe a gift is on the list, stop by their store and check out numerous items in stock. When you're looking for custom apparel and awards for your business, organization, or team, stop by Geared Up, 211 South Madison in Pittsfield.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show. Sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Welcome back to Bowling Green High School. Both teams are on the floor as we prepare for this first semifinal matchup in the championship side of the bracket. And Chris, Bowling Green, we talked about this a little bit off the air. If they can play like they played on Tuesday night, they have a chance to win this basketball game, but Van Far presents quite a challenge for them.
Yeah, I think you're right. They're going to have to play just really, really good basketball. They're going to have to dominate offensively and defensively on the boards, and then make those real good passes. And like Coach Smith, they have to know where they're at in the field, because against this team, they're not going to –
or the court.
Oh, excuse me. Thank you.
Yeah,
Darn it, I've done so good so far. Dang it. Sorry, on the court, they have to know where they're at, because you can't make those mistakes against a team like Van Far.
Well, and the other thing is, the interesting part about these two teams, Bowling Green kind of goes as Jason SQ does. He's kind of the straw that stirs the drink, and Nikos Conaway is definitely the straw that stirs the drink for Van Far. And Van Far loves transition basketball, and Bowling Green is going to have to get back on defense, because it doesn't matter if it's a steal or if it's a missed basket. Van Far looks to run, and Bowling Green's going to have to get back to defend.
Well, and for, you watch so closely these other teams. I've not seen Van Far this year. Nikos Conaway obviously was fantastic last year, and will be a force to deal with this year as well, especially today's game. But Bowling Green does have a couple other components. They've got some big guys down low with Aiden playing down low and Oliver Niemeyer. And then Hank Welch comes in. He's a junior. He comes in. He doesn't have the size, but he's got some ball handling skills. And then Bowling Green, Zach Gibson, of course, the other night was on fire. And then Bowling Green's got a few freshmen coming up. So if Van Far has to have something, because they're having really, really good basketball season.
Well, Bowling Green's going to have a size advantage. There's no question about it. And interestingly enough, you talk about Nikos Conaway, he's one of their smallest players. He leads them in rebounding average. He's averaging almost 7 rebounds a game, along with 18 points. Pacey Redding averages 14 a game for Van Far as well. So for those of you not familiar with Van Far, those are the two scoring guys that do the bulk of the scoring for Van Far. Let's take a break.
Jim, my favorite picture from the tournament last year was Aiden and Nikos in a picture, and I showed it to Aiden, and he said, "Looks like he's dunking on me." I said, "It kind of does, but he's 5'10", you're 6'6".
Yeah, don't let him do that.
That's right.
Let's take a break. We'll be back with Keys to Game after this on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Tournament coverage brought to you by Instant Work Salon and Tanning, Hayden's Motorsports Center, and Lynn's Heritage House.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic knows that getting the best care for your pet is a top priority. They strive to provide the greatest quality medical and surgical care for our furry companions. Their newly expanded and remodeled facility, with accommodations for comprehensive inpatient hospital care and complete outpatient care, allows the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic to keep your pet healthy and safe, so the whole family can cheer on our area teams.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM, sponsored by Vicki Cadwalader Real Estate in Louisiana.
Bowling Green comes in at 5-10 tonight. Van Far at 12-3. Van Far doesn't really fill it up from three. They're shooting 28% from three-point land and 53% from two. And Chris, we kind of touched on it a little bit. Transition basketball. What do you think the key is for the Bowling Green Bobcats to come out with a win tonight?
I think they have to dominate on the rebounds. That's kind of been a downfall for Bowling Green this year a little bit. They've not gotten a lot of those or won those contests. They did that the other night, offensively and defensively. And I think tonight they're going to have to do that. And then not make or force bad passes. We've seen them do that to try to get the ball in low. Of course, that's what you want to do to free up your top shooters and maybe get some easy layups. But I think they're going to have to dominate and then control the turnovers.
Right, and actually the other night in the early parts of that game against North Callaway, they were trying to force passes, turning the ball over some, and then when they finally just slowed down just a tick, things started going right for them.
Yeah, that's when they spread the game out.
Van Far, on the other hand, they're not going to want to slow the game down.
No.
They're going to want to go fast, and your point is key. Get on the glass, because Van Far, when they get a missed shot, they go.
Yeah,
they're not going to hold up. They're going to try and break, and if you're not back, they're going to take it to the hole. If you get back, they'll set it up and run the offense. But they're going to try and transition. I mentioned the other night they're one of the best transition teams I've seen all year, and you can expect them to do exactly that tonight. That's going to do it for the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show. We'll be back with the starting lineups and our opening tip right after this on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Tournament coverage brought to you by Center Locker Service, Community State Bank of Missouri, and Meyer Implement Company.
Community State Bank of Missouri and Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance and financial service needs. Call, email, text, or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield, a family-oriented office, is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
CMC Distributing in Louisiana is the place to turn for steel, culverts, industrial supplies, and central welding supplies. In addition, CMC Distributing offers trailer parts, truck accessories, truck beds, and trailer repairs. At CMC Distributing, they always go the extra mile while working hard to make sure you're satisfied. They do it that way for a simple reason. They appreciate your business. CMC Distributing, Highway 54, west of Louisiana.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Rick Rodhouse, Country Financial Agent, Noah Builders, and Central State Bank of Illinois.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
Welcome back as we're about to have the national anthem. Let's just keep it right here.
Bowling Green tournament coverage brought to you by Bolin Chevrolet. Get Spot a Shot in Louisiana and DG Firearms.
Since 1939, Meyer Implement Company has been serving the local agricultural and business communities with quality sales and service. Meyer Implement is also taking great pride in supporting those communities and would like to wish the area sports teams the best of luck throughout their seasons. Be sure to stop by and visit the people who truly appreciate your business. Meyer Implement Company, Bowling Green.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports comes health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup. First for the Van Far Indians, starting for them, a 6-foot junior, wearing number 0, Carson Huff, a 5'10 senior, number 20, Gage Gibson, a 5'10 senior, number 24, Nikos Conaway, a 6'2 sophomore, number 25, Pacey Redding, and a 6'3 senior, number 35, Carter Jennings. Jennings, Redding, Conaway, Gibson, and Huff. For Pat Conaway, he's assisted by Brett Redding. For the Bowling Green Bobcats, starting for them is number 0, a 5'10 senior, Zach Gibson, a 5'9 sophomore, number 10, Xander Fairchild, a 6'4 junior, number 23, Jace Eskew, a 6'3 sophomore, number 33, Oliver Niemeyer, and a 6'5 junior, number 34, Aiden Grody. For Craig Smith, he's assisted by Andrew Martinson and Scott Brewster. It'll be Eskew and Jennings jumping center, Bowling Green in their home whites, which is interesting. They're the lower seed. That would avoid a lot of confusion on the scoreboard. And he wins the tip, does Eskew, and Bowling Green will have the opening tip, or opening possession. They'll move from our right to our left on your radio dial if you're listening to us on the radio. Inside to Grody in the high post, kicks it right wing to Fairchild. On a give and go to Grody through his hands, and the first turnover for Bowling Green. Conaway comes back quickly. As I mentioned, they're not really prolific three-point shooters, are the Van Far Indians, but they will take it to the bucket at every opportunity. Redding now between the circles to Huff on the left wing. Huff, a transfer in, moved in from Wellsville last year, and he's still trying to get acclimated to the process. Gibson's going to fire 3. Had the kid, he proves me wrong right off the bat. Gage Gibson drains 1 from 3, and the early lead goes to Van Far.
Huff may be trying to get ready, Jim, but he's a good basketball player.
Little token full court man pressure by Van Far, no problem for Gibson. They get inside and turn it over again. We talked about turnovers. Bowling Green can't do that. Van Far tried to return it back to him, and they do, as Conaway tried to thread the needle, but it went off his offensive player's backside and out of bounds.
Bounced the ball right off of his teammate.
The Bowling Green will get it right in front of their bench, and head coach Craig Smith. What's this, about his 3rd or 4th year as the head coach here at Bowling Green?
I think 3rd.
Time flies sometimes. Gibson, left wing to Fairchild. Got high post to Grody, right wing now to Eskew. Eskew tries to get away from the defender, can't, have a key to Niemeyer. Niemeyer left wing to Gibson. Gibson on the drill, penetrates in with his right hand runner, off the glass and good. Zach Gibson with the first points of the night for Bowling Green, and it's a 3-2 lead for the Indians. Redding in the far corner. Gibson's going to fire another 3. Front iron, no good. Long rebound, tracked down by Conaway.
There's part of that rebound they've got to win. Bowling Green does.
Now Huff's going to fire 3. He drains it. So I mentioned their 3-point shooting at 28%. They're 100% right now. Or actually, that's not right. 66% right now. But they're ahead 6-2. Niemeyer outside the arc. Gives it to Eskew. He'll fire the 3 from the left wing. In and out and back in. Rattled around, bounced up, hit the backboard, and dropped. There's a shooter's touch for you, and it's 6-5 Van Far. Conaway gets away from the double team, and Gibson gets bumped by Niemeyer.
Yeah,
he's got to stay out. He's got to stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah, yes, he does, and then he's got to control his anger. Once he gets into that trouble, it causes him a little bit more grief. But there, he was just over aggressive, going for that interception, and bumped Gibson a little bit and knocked him over.
Ryan Hall checks in, the freshman for Fairchild early on in this game. He made a bunch of 3s the other night as well for Bowling. Huff drives baseline, kicks it to the near corner of Gibson. To Conaway, around the horn they go. Outside to Jennings, and back they come this way. Bowling Green in a 3-2 zone, or 1-2-2. They sink that top man back to spread out the wings to guard against the shot. Conaway open 3, right wing, front iron, no good. Rebounding foul is going to go on Jennings. Yeah.
Jumped over top of Aiden trying to get that ball.
Didn't get any statistics out of Bowling Green, Winfield, or Clopton. They feel like it's a recruiting deficit for them, and I laugh at the coaches when they tell me that. I'm like, what, you don't think the other teams know who your good players are or what? Right. Seriously? Bowling Green has it back. Niemeyer on a pick and roll, grabs a loose ball, and then a broken play as Gibson will track it down at the half-court spot. He goes up in the air, nowhere to pass it, and comes back down and is whistled for the travel. That's what we talked about. Slow down just a little bit.
Yeah, you said that. You said that their game the other night, they slowed down, and that's when they kind of walked away from North Callaway. Right. So slow down and not make those mistakes and benefit the whole team.
Van Far wants them to do the exact opposite. So a game of tempo is what this is going to be. Who can control it? Conway fakes the three, gets it in the corner to Redding. He'll shoot the three. That's an air ball, but Jennings comes away at the loose ball rebound. They work it around the horn to Conway. He tries to penetrate up off the glass. No good. Rebound to Gibson. Gibson moves it into the front court now for Bowling Green. They trail 6-5. We're early on in this game, 4:24 to play in the first quarter. Niemeyer ahead of the key. Gets the Hall. He'll fire the deep three, front iron short. Rebound to Van Far. Gibson tracks it down. And they'll head into the offensive end. Right wing now to Redding. It doesn't take him long to get down there.
It does not.
Gibson takes a peek at the clock. There's 4 minutes to go in the quarter. He'll hand it off to Conway. They'll run that little weave. And then Redding gets it to Gibson. Gibson out between the circles now. He's guarded by Gibson. Gibson on Gibson. Bowling Green in a man-to-man this trip down. Conway, left wing now to Huff. Can't get a shot away. You're closed out by Gordy, but then he drives to the hoop. And a finger roll layup won't go, but there's a whistle and a foul. And we'll see who it's on.
Like they're going to call that on Dude. Yep, his first foul.
They are, and that will send Carson Huff, the 6-foot junior, to the line for our first free throws of the game. And he'll get 2 shots.
Bowling Green had an opportunity down here, Jim. They had Aiden under the basket, but they missed him getting the ball down there wide open.
First free throws, front iron short. He shoots it at a 61% clip.
That's pretty good.
For the season. And for 64% as a team. Where's number 0? You don't see that very often. He makes the second. In fact, 0 and 1 were not available for a number of years. They brought those in a couple of years ago, and most of these players more than happy to take those numbers. Yeah. Hall on the dribble now, guarded by Redding. Gets to Eskew with the left-hand dribble into the arc area. Now skip pass right side to Gibson. He'll step back 3. Front of him, no good. Aiden Brody with a nice loose ball rebound. Long rebound that time. Now they get it into Brody on the block, and he can't find the handle. And it goes out of bounds back to Van Far. Couple subs in now for Van Far. They'll go about 8 or 9 deep as Gavin Gaston checks in along with Evan Utterback, Jennings, and
Gaston.
Back comes Van Far. Jennings took a seat. I was going to give you the other sub. Redding from the right wing. 3 ball, no good. Niemeyer high for the rebound.
Yeah, real high.
Back comes Hall. Hall penetrates to the right short block. Now it's inlet pass is tipped out to Gibson. He'll pull up from 19 short. Conway on the rebound. Here they go. Wanting to run. Conway, he'll go to the glass unless you stop him. His shot's no good, but Gage with the rebound. He kicks it out to Gaston. His three's good. Gavin Gaston brings a 3-pointer. Huff was the player that took a seat during that substitution for Van Far. 2:27 in the lead now, 5 for Van Far at 10-5. Gibson Zach for Bowling Green into the front court. Now to Niemeyer beyond the arc, and he loses the handle, but Grody catches it. Hall now in the far corner to Gibson. He'll shoot the 3. In and out, no good. Rebound to Van Far. To Conway, they'll look to run. Over to Gibson, that's Gage. Pointer to Redding. 3-pointer on the way. Does the 360, no good. And the rebounds,
right back.
Got it, but then threw it away when he came down inbounds. Bowling Green has it back, down to 1:50 to play in the quarter. 10-5, our score, Van Far. Conway penetrates in the paint. He'll go up, and shots no good. And there'll be a whistle and a foul. I'm thinking that may be on Zach Gibson. his first, and Nichols Conway will go to the line for 2. 70% for the line for him.
That's better.
That's better.
That's better.
He shoots it with the left hand and drains the first.
Learned that in my college statistics class.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's said that 70's better than 60. That's quite a class.
Yeah,
You might actually pass that class.
I did. Thank you.
Jack McDowell checks in for Bowling Green.
Another freshman, good basketball player.
Kason Christian in for Van Far. Conaway's second's good as well. And the lead grows to 7 at 12-5. Bowling Green could use a bucket here. A little heavier full court, man pressure. Hall gets it to Eskew. He's hounded by Conaway. Now he'll back off and let Eskew walk it across the timeline with 1:35 to play in the quarter. Eskew on the move. He's got some space. Got some space and cupped it and threw it home for the dunk. 12-7 our score. Manfar still leads. That ought to get the folks riled up a little bit, huh?
Yeah, he just took it to that top side of the court there, Jim, and he didn't have anybody challenging him at all. And
had a little clear out, and he beat Conaway to the hoop, and one-hand jam. Redding from 3 in the corner. It's good. Pacey Redding, his first 3 ball of the night. It's an 8-point lead for Van Far. Eskew now into the front court. We're under a minute to play in the first. A quick first quarter, well-played first quarter. Paul now lobs it into Grody. He'll take it to the glass, up and good. Aiden Grody with his first 2 points of the game, and it's 15-9. Down to 45 seconds to play. A little three-quarter court trap by Bowling Green, no problem for the Indians. They work it around the horn against the zone. 3 ball from the corner is off the mark and no good, but there's Redding with the rebound. His shot up off the glass and good. Utterback put it up, missed, but Redding was all over the rebound. And the lead grows to 8. Are now stolen away by Redding from Hall. He'll go to the glass, layups up and good. And there's a timeout on the floor with 18.9 seconds to play in the first quarter. Van Far up by 10. You're listening to Bowling Green Invitational on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Tournament coverage brought to you by Mick Naylor and Sons, Backhoe and Excavating, Advanced Eye Care, and Wood Smoked Meats. Noah Builders in Silex is a proud supporter of all area athletes. They're a small, locally owned contractor with over 25 years of experience in custom and new home construction. Noah Builders wants to take your forever home plan and make it a reality. Call or visit Noah Builders at noahbuildersinc.com.
Follow Area High School Sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Full court pressure by Van Far out of the timeout. Hall gets it across the timeline down to 13 seconds. Now he's picked up his dribble. He's got to have some help. He'll hand it off to Niemeyer and get it right back. Hall runs it down inside to Grody. Now back to Hall outside the arc. He'll shoot the 3. Back to rim, no good. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Good quarter it was, entertaining, but the Bobcats find themselves down 19-9. You're listening to the 99th Annual Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Tournament coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Mike Henry Excavating, and Sun Window Company.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Think about all that's important to you, your family, your possessions, and your future. Pick up the phone and call Rick Rodhouse from Country Financial. He, along with his staff, will assist you with insurance coverage to protect what matters most, in addition to preparing you for the future. Best of all, Rick will take the time to get to know you and find solutions for your budget. For coverage you need at a price you can afford, contact Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency in Pleasant Hill to chat about your insurance needs today.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, Perkins Electrical Services, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Back here for the second quarter of action. Jim's busy texting.
Well, I'm giving him the score on the other gym. Silex leads North Callaway 13-8 at the end of the first quarter. A little bit of surprise. Van Far with it out of the break, gets it to Huff underneath. He'll go up, and then he's going to be whistled for the crowd. Second turnover of the game for Van Far. And Bowling Green will get it back, trailing by 10. Full court man pressure by the Indians. Hall, Eskew, Niemeyer, Grody, and McDonald for Bowling Green. Original starters back in the game for Van Far. Niemeyer outside the arc. It's loose on the floor. McDonald will pick it up. Bowling Green just out of sorts offensively. The pressure defense giving them problems. Eskew gets it, tries to step back, can't get free. To Hall ahead of the key. Right wing now to McDonald. McDonald on a pick and roll with Grody. Nothing doing there. He'll get it to Hall between the circles. We played 45 seconds in the quarter. McDonald to Niemeyer. Niemeyer to Eskew. Eskew will fire a three. Good.
Take it. I was going to complain that there's two guys under the basket open regularly here, but we'll take that basket.
Van Far wants a timeout. 19-12. They still lead. 7:07 to play in the second. This is KJFM WBBA Sports.
Tournament coverage brought to you by Bouquet Florist and Gift Shop, Pike Lincoln Technical Center, and Pogue Ford.
At Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana, we're serving up mouth-watering pizzas that'll take your taste buds on a flavor journey. Indulge in our irresistible pizza creations and order now for Sunday pickup through Super Bowl Sunday. Gambino's Eatery. Enjoy a pizza experience like no other.
If it's not on the menu, we don't talk about it.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, State Farm Agents, Pepsi, and Ackles Farm Market.
Timeout. Van Far has it back. They get it inside to Huff. He'll kick it to the corner to Redding. It goes through his fingertips. Out of bounds. So turnover number 3. Gives the ball back to Bowling Green.
I realize I don't have that hard of a job, but I probably ought to put the score on the computer here.
The thing is watching, I'd appreciate that.
Sorry, folks.
Eskew across the timeline for the Cats. With Conaway on, he'll find some space, but it's blocked by Jennings. And then Conaway picks up the loose ball, gets it ahead to Redding. His layup's up and good. There's that transition offense off a turnover we talked about in the pregame, and there's a whistle and a foul on Redding against Hall in the backcourt.
The Redding reaching in for the ball. They don't give up. They got a full court pressure, but it's not. I think it's just there to cause a little stress because they're not really pressing hard against them.
No, you're 100% right. Hall gets it in the backcourt on the inbounds after the foul. To Niemeyer out of the high post. Now to McDonald. McDonald to Grody. Grody way outside the arc. In between the circles. We'll give it to Eskew. Eskew in a double team now. Spins out of that. Still on the dribble. Gets it to the short corner. Now skips it to the near corner to Hall. To McDonald from the wing. His shot's blocked by Redding. And Jennings with the loose ball rebound. Into the front court. Huff now to Gibson. Gibson right wing to Conaway. 5:57 to play in the half. 21-12. Van Far on top. They've led by 10. And they throw it away. Turnover number 4 as Redding tried to throw it kind of behind his head to Conaway. It was too tall for him. So Bowling Green will get it back.
Van Far kind of is packing everybody into one corner. I think they're trying to set somebody up down here in the far corner for a 3-point, but it's not quite working for them just yet.
All into the front court now to McDonald on the right wing. He'll put it on the floor, and we've got a whistle and an illegal pick on Oliver Niemeyer, and that'll be his second.
Yeah, got to get set before you commit the pick. That football block, obviously, we can keep running, which is, how a block is supposed to be done.
Right. Into the game for the first time is Hank Welch. And Zach Gibson will return as well. Niemeyer and McDonald take a seat for the Cats. 5:36 to play. In the first half, 21-12, Van Far on top. In the corner, Redding's open for 3. He frames another one. He's one of the better 3-point shooters, and he's got 10 in the game, 10 of the 24 for Van Far. They lead 24-12. Eskew goes to the hole. His double pump layup's up and good. Nice body control that time by Eskew. Back comes Van Far. Gibson's open for 3 in the far corner. He'll let it fly, and that's good as well. Boy, shut up Jim Ross about them shooting threes. They're filling it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 threes already in this first half. Gibson into the front court, nearly got away with travel. Actually did get away with travel. Now they get it to Welch at the head of the key. It's interesting, Bowling Green's rotating the big guys outside the arc today for some reason. They get them inside.
Yeah, they didn't do that against North Callaway.
No.
And that turned out to be a pretty good game.
Sagging man-to-man is what Van Far's doing, trying to clog things up. Huff nearly steals it, but it goes out of bounds off his fingertips. Back to the Cats. 13, the biggest lead of the game by either club, 27-14, Van Far on top. Hall will throw it in on the baseline out at the three-point line. We're opposite the benches here if you're listening to us on the radio. Esco's going to fire three. He's got another one. He's filling it up. He's got 13 of the 17. Somebody's going to have to join in the fun for Bowling Green. Bowling Green working around against this 2-3 zone this time by Bowling Green. Van Far, Redding, dribbles to the center of the court, and he's going to fire one from 23. He's feeling it, but it's off the mark. Eskew get the rebound. He'll look to run up to Hall. Hall's going to go up against Redding. It's blocked. Welch with the rebound. His putback's off the mark. No good. And we've got a whistle and a foul. Is it going to be on the rebound?
They're called that on Aiden. But that's one of those fouls that I don't understand because it is on Aiden. Because both of those boys are going up for that ball, right? There's no possession. Somebody's got to be able to get the ball.
Aiden has a little weight advantage over everybody on the floor.
Yeah.
And usually those big guys, when they bang into somebody, that's one of the detriments of being so big. The other detriment is the big guys don't get fouls called when they have the ball.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't affect them
Right.
as much as it does a smaller guy. One of the fallacies of being a big fella. 27-17. Van Far still on top. They try and force it inside to the Indians, and it's loose on the floor. Redding has it in the corner, and it's going to go out of bounds. And Redding tried to flip it back, and the fifth turnover gives the ball back to Bowling Green. So Bowling Green's forcing turnovers. It's 5 turnovers apiece. They just got to take advantage on the offensive end. Try and get a little inside-out game going is what I'd be trying to do.
Yeah. Well, they need to get some other guys scoring the ball, too. If
Right.
Chase has got 13 of the 17 points, we need to share a little bit of the ball to get it down there.
Gibson gets it into the front court for Bowling Green. To Fairchild, who's checked back in. Now to Eskew. Eskew on the left wing, dribble to the baseline. Nice ball fake, shot up, no good. It's loose on the floor. Van Far comes away with a loose ball.
And see, that's one of the things where Jace works down to this side, Aiden works back up to the top. And that's, you're losing your big guy underneath for rebounds.
Yeah, and I'll give you a little quick stat after this possession is Gaston has it now back to Huff, left wing to Redding. He'll fire another three. No good. Gibson with the rebound. When you shoot from the corners, through the corner, 80% of the rebounds go to the other side
To
of
the
the
weak
basket.
side.
Yep. If Eskew goes in, they're going to whip him for an offensive foul. He ran into Huff. The bucket went in, and they call the offensive foul on Eskew. His first. They'll wipe out the basket.
Jim, we'll talk about this. I don't understand how Vandalia gets a lot of charge calls, but they do, because in warm-up, they practice taking a charge. They show you that they're going to do that.
Right.
So I don't know how they get as many charge calls as they do.
Well, that ought to tell you as the opponent pull up a little bit because
Yeah.
they're gonna go flying if you hit them. And a pass from Conway's deflected, stolen by Bowling Green. Fairchild gets it under to Eskew, and he'll put it up and score. Fairchild with the defensive play. Turnover number 6, and it's 27-19. Bowling Green trying to crawl back into this thing. Now man-to-man defense by the Cats. Redding on the left wing to Conway over by the Bowling Green bench. High elbow to Utterback. Utterback still has it on the left elbow, hands it off to James. Jennings, as we've got an illegal pick on Utterback.
Well, they called that on Utterback. He gave Aiden a little bit of a push. And
Well, that's what all the coaches want is the same thing called on both ends.
Yeah.
So that's what you got, and it doesn't matter what it is as long as it's the same.
As long as it's equal, yeah.
Coaches and players can adjust to it if they know what the calls are going to be. So a good job of officiating there. Back comes Bowling Green. Gibson on the dribble, and he'll pick up a hand check foul on Gaston, I believe. Yeah. His first. 3 team fouls apiece. Nobody's got to the 2-shot foul yet in this first half. Gibson to throw it in right side of the bucket. Gets it into Eskew. Right wing 3 ball short. Ball's tipped up. Grody grabs the lead, rebound, kicks it out to Eskew. Skip pass near side to Gibson. On the left wing now to Fairchild, and they'll reset things. Back to Gibson in the corner on the pick and roll with Welch. Gibson penetrates in, finger roll. Layup's no good, and there's Aiden Grody crashing in. And there's the foul we were talking about. That's going to be 3 on Grody.
Yep.
And probably going to send him to the bench.
Yeah,
with
probably.
1:32 to play here in the half. Paul will jump up and will replace Grody. With 1:32 to play, 27-19, Van Far on top.
Yeah, Aiden going in for that rebound from the top of the key, drives in and just a little uncontrolled.
Let's say he had a full head of steam going in.
Yeah.
Back come the Indians. Redding over between the circles, right in front of Coach Craig Smith. Far corner now. 2 Gaston. They work a little 3-man game with Gibson. Now to Gaston. Gaston holds it above his head, and Redding had the key. He'll penetrate, pulls up from 14. Good. He's had a great first half, has pacing Redding. Just a sophomore at 6'2". His dad, the assistant coach for Van Far. Hall drives to the baseline. He'll shoot a little turnaround 10-footer. No good. Welch with the offensive glass. Rebound puts it up and scores. Hank Welch on the glass. Good offensive rebound and put back for the young man, and it's 29-21. Van Far with the ball and the lead. Down to 40 seconds to play in the quarter. Conway's going to fire a deep three. It's an air ball, and it's going to go out of bounds back to Van Far. Back to Bowling Green. McDaniel up off the bench. He'll come in for Fairchild. Jennings will return for Utterback for the Indians. Full court pressure, man pressure by Van Far. Hall up the right sideline, guarded by Redding. He'll spin in the middle of the court with 32 seconds. Now to Welch. Welch over to McDaniel. McDaniel on the pick and roll at SV to Welch. Now in the near corner to Gibson. Gibson ball fakes. Gives up to pick and roll. Now they get it to Hall. He's wide open for 3, right corner. Back to Ram on no good. And Gibson's going to go over the top. And now we're going to shoot those free throws. That's number 5. And so we'll walk to the other end. Bowling Green yet to get to the free throw line in this ball game.
Trailing by 8. So they're still well in this game. This is not out of control by any stretch for Bowling Green.
Question about it. They could use a basket on this last possession after Gage Gibson, a 53% free throw shooter, takes his 2-shot opportunity. He fires it with the right hand, and it rattles around and drops. He'll get a second. 30-21. Into the game is Christian. Redding will take a seat for these final 16.2 seconds. Gibson wears number 20 on his black and gold jersey. He drains them both.
Yep, got them both.
And that's a 10-point lead. Bowling Green can use a hoop. Down to 14 seconds. Zach Gibson in the backcourt, guarded by Gage Gibson. To the right wing, gets to McDonald, into the post to Eskew. He hits Welch, but it's deflected. Good play by Gage to knock it out of bounds. And Bowling Green will have it in the near corner with 1.1 seconds to go. And that's going to be a problem. And Bowling Green's going to call a timeout and try and set something up. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Let's keep it right here and let you know that we'll have 2 more games for you tonight. Rodney and Mark are over in the middle school gym with Silex and North Callaway. And then the second game over there will be Louisiana and Ellsbury. And then we'll have the championship game of the Clopton tournament rematch as Winfield and Clopton will square off in the other championship semifinal for a chance to play the winner of this on Saturday. The games are in the afternoon on Saturday. All boys games 1, 2:30, and 4. So make note of that. I actually kind of like that. Kind of frees up your Saturday night. If you want to do something, you can come and watch a little basketball. And then you can take your wife out for a nice dinner.
I'd like to do that.
You're going to have that opportunity.
I don't know that she likes me enough to go out to dinner with me, though.
Well, that could be a problem.
Certainly defeats the invite.
So what's Bowling Green draw up with 1.1 seconds? Hall will throw it in. Free throw line extended right here below us. Going to be something.
Everybody
at the rim. They'll get it to Welch. Fadeaway jumper from 15 is no good, and that'll do it for the first half of action. A good half it was, but the Indians go to the locker room on top. They lead the Bobcats 31-21. You're listening to the Bowling Green Invitational on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Bowling Green tournament coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Kearns Construction, and All Parts.
With 14 stores across Missouri and Illinois, La Crosse Lumber Company provides lumber, quality products, and service to homeowners, builders, DIYers, and more. With some of the top brand names in the business available, La Crosse Lumber has what you need for your next project. Stop into any location for a free estimate before you start your next build. La Crosse Lumber Company, the oldest, most reliable lumber and hardware company in the Midwest since 1873.
It's time to visit Hayden's Motorsports Center in Frankfort. Time to ride with Honda and Polaris ATVs, side-by-sides, and motorcycles. Time to work with Steel and Husqvarna chainsaws, weed eaters, leaf blowers, and more. Hayden's Motorsports Center, just off Highway 61 North in Frankfort.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM, brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, County Market in Louisiana, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Score from the middle school gym at half. North Callaway's come back, and they lead Silex 19-17. So a barn burner over there in the middle school. Back here, Van Far led 19-9 at the end of the first quarter. They played even in the second quarter, but it's now a 31-21, still a 10-point lead for Van Far. And Chris, Bowling Green's not playing that bad. They've just been out of joint a little bit offensively on the offensive end.
Yeah, they certainly have been losing a little bit in the offensive rebounds. And then we talked about how significant the turnover battle was, and we've seen Van Far keep up and score on those turnovers versus Bowling Green.
Right, and that's the difference is the transition basket,
transition,
which we mentioned in the pregame that they get it and go, and they've been able to convert some of those. And Pacing Redding's been hot from three. Actually, Van Far's been hot from three, as we mentioned them not shooting it that well. And Bowling Green, they've got to get some help for Jace Eskew. He's got 15 of Bowling Green's 21 points, and so they've got to get somebody else to join in on the offensive end of the floor. Let's take a break, and we'll be back and tell you about that scoring and what we expect in the second half after this on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Brought to you by La Crosse Lumber, Silex Banking Company, and Calumet of Missouri.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Cellular Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs and stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
You simply can't buy a better replacement window than one from Sun Window Company. Energy-efficient windows and doors with a lifetime warranty on both the window and installation. Sun Window Company, family-owned and operated since 1989, offers low factory direct prices on high-quality vinyl windows, custom designed to fit perfectly and built to last. See how much you can save. Call Sun Windows, 573-549-2080 for details and a free estimate. Sun Window Company, Highway 161 in Middletown.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Let's take a look at the scoring in the first half. First for the Bobcats, as I mentioned, led by Jace Eskew with 15. And 2 each for Zach Gibson, Aiden Grody, and Hank Welch. And they did not shoot a free throw in that first half. And they turned it over just 6 times, so they took care of the basketball fairly well. For Van Far, they were led by Pacey Redding with 12, 8 for Gage Gibson, 4 each for Carson Huff and Nikos Conaway, and 3 for Gavin Gaston. They were 5 for 6 from the free throw line, and they turned it over 7 times. The biggest lead of the half was 13 for Van Far. Bowling Green has not led in this game yet. And so, Chris, what are your thoughts about what's Bowling Green got to do to get this deficit down to manageable where they can possibly come back and win this basketball game?
Well, I think, first of all, control themselves so that they don't get into foul trouble like they already are. And then we've not seen them work the ball down underneath the basket much at all. So, I get Jace is a good shooter, Zach is a good shooter, Ryan Hall's a good shooter, but you got Oliver Niemeyer and Aiden Grody down there, and Hank Welch is in and out of there at times, and gosh, Jace works his way underneath there. Use that height advantage and that size. Pass the ball around, get it down below, take those easy shots, and maybe get some free throws to make those 3-point plays to get yourself back into this ball game.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it basically just boils down to making shots. They finally slowed down.
Yeah.
They were going too fast at the start. We talked about that, and they turned the ball over 3 or 4 times right off the jump. Then they settled down, took care of the basketball, but they've got to make shots. They've had a number of open looks from 3, and as you mentioned, they haven't got it inside at all. In fact, the only time I remember they got to Hank Welch, and he made a shot, and that was it. The other 2 points inside were off rebounds. So you got to take advantage of that, and then again, you have got to get back on defense.
Yeah, and we've only seen them successfully use that pick and roll play that they have once. That was the 2 points that Aiden's got on that pick and roll. Let them get the ball down below. That's what is kind of like what baseball calls small ball. Get the ball down to your big guys, let them get those shots and take some free throws if they get fouled and go from there. But they have to win. The rebounds are so important. They've got to get more rebound wins in the game.
Looks like Bowling Green will have the ball if the score clock is right as we start the second half in about 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So let's take our final break of the halftime show, and we'll be back with that second half right after this on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Brought to you by Barnes Roots and Herbs, Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic, and Tom Bolin Ford.
Cellular Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Sailor and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
When it's time for some heavy-duty work at your place, there's only one name to remember: McMailer. McMailer & Sons, backhoe and excavating of Silex, offers septic system pumping and grease trap cleanouts. Just give a call for all types of backhoe work with high lift and track hoe. They install water or sewer lines, septic tanks, and drain tile. They can build lakes, do dump truck work, jackhammering, bobcat work, and more. Fully insured. Count on quality workmanship from McMailer & Son, backhoe and excavating in Silex. Call 573-384-5978.
Ackles Farm Market has locally produced beef, pork, and honey. Stop in for your farm fresh cut ribeye, New York strip, sirloin steaks, fillets, stew meat, ribs, ground beef, snack sticks, and all beef hot dogs. While there, stock up on homegrown fruits and vegetables as well. Open every day, 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54 between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
This is Michael Mudd, president of Silex Banking Company. Building your forever home can be complicated, but your construction loan doesn't have to be. If you're wanting to build, come see the trusted loan staff at Silex Banking Company. We have the experience to help you through the process, a cost-effective mentality, and the dedication to give you individualized service. For all home construction loans, see Silex Banking Company, your locally owned and operated independent bank. Silex Banking Company, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Well, a pretty good crowd on hand. Maybe, what, 2/3 of a house here so far? Yeah. The days of the gyms being packed for these semifinals, they're pretty much gone. Everywhere you go, you don't see the crowds you used to see.
Yeah, but is that a fair assessment? Because the gyms are bigger now than what they used to be.
I mean, compared to the old gym at Bowling Green. Although, when you had that end open at Bowling Green, it seated quite a few. It didn't seat quite as many as this place does.
That was the hooligan side, though, wasn't it? That's where they put the students.
It was fun to play. It was fun to play with that open end down there, man, and go down there and people hollering and screaming at you. It was worth the trip to come to Bowling Green. So that was right as I mentioned. Bowling Green will have the ball to start the second half. They'll have their actually they won't have their original starting lineup, as Aiden Grody won't start because he has 3 fouls. Ryan Hall will take his spot along with Gibson, Niemeyer, Askew, and Fairchild. And the original starters are back in the game for Van Far, Conaway, Redding, Gibson, Jennings, and Huff. They come out and do the Indians in a little 3-1-2-2, maybe 3-2 zone and see if Bowling Green can adjust to that. Maybe this is where they get their 3-point shooters untracked, and Askew has the ball deflected right before it gets to him by Conaway out of bounds. And then Bowling Green will have it in the far corner.
They had Jace there in that far corner open a couple times in that little passing back and forth, and you could see his frustration not getting the ball a little sooner there. They're back out and running.
But again, with this zone, if you can get it in the post area and make them collapse or go side to side, that's what frees it up. Fairchild in the near corner now. Gets it back to Gibson between the circles. Gibson holds it above his head. 31-21, and we've got a whistle and a 3-second violation as Oliver Niemeyer got hung up in there.
Yeah, you got to get in and get out. That's a hard job to remember. You get caught up in the moment.
Turnover number 7 gives the ball back to Van Far. So not exactly the way Bowling Green wanted to start. They would like to have started with a bucket. Jennings with it now. On the dribble, hands it off to Conaway. Conaway crosses it over. Now it's deflected out by Fairchild. Free throw line extended, and Huff will throw it in from right there.
Yeah, Xander did a good job just to kind of bounce into position to get his hand on the ball to keep him from getting ready to take a 3-point shot from there.
Huff to throw it in. We've played 55 seconds in this third quarter. And Van Far works it around to Redding. Had the key now to Huff. Huff wearing the pink shoes tonight. Penetrates in. His shot's up no good. There's the follow-up tip in by Jennings. It won't go. And Niemeyer with the rebound for the Cats to Gibson.
Another good high rebound.
Yeah. Right wing now to Hall. He'll slow things down and set it up as Van Far in a man-to-man this trip down. Esky guarded by Conaway. Goes away from the pick and roll. Shoots a fadeaway 15-footer short.
Not a Bobcat under the basket. Under that shot, Jim.
Back come the Indians. Gibson to the Redding, right wing to Conaway. Conaway back to the head of the key to Redding, now near corner to Huff. He'll drive left baseline, gets it inside to Jennings. He puts it on the floor hard, and this shot won't go. But he'll go to the line for the first free throws of the second half.
Called that on Fairchild, it looked like, for his first.
And Carter Jennings, a 76% free throw shooter. He's the tallest player they have on the floor at 6'3", actually on the roster for that matter. And he drains the first. No broadcaster jinx there, huh?
No.
Lead back to 11. Van Far led by as many as 13 in that first half. Second by Jennings. Brings them both. The lead is now 12 at 33-21. Hall into the front court. Picks up the dribble in between the circles. Now to Eskew, still outside the arc. Again, goes against the pick and roll. Now to Hall. Hall between the circles on his dribble. Penetrates down the lane, spins in, kicks it to Niemeyer at the free throw line. He kicks it out, had a wide open shot in 15, elected not to take it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. He didn't like something.
Gibson now at the head of the key, down to 5:45 to play. Fairchild right wing. Now to Eskew. Eskew penetrates down, drops it off to Niemeyer. He'll go up, but they're going to call a foul on the floor before the shot. And that's going to go on Huff. His first, team's first.
Bowling Green could have used that as a shooting foul.
They could have.
Yeah.
Hall to trigger it in right side of the paint. Kicks it out to Eskew between the circles. Then Van Far in a man-to-man. He'll pull up from 15, lost it on the way up, but got the shot up. Niemeyer on the offensive glass and scores. Oliver Niemeyer with his first bucket tonight. Good work on the glass. And it's a 10-point game. 33-23. Van Far still leads. Huff now left wing to Conway, back to Huff. He's open for three, doesn't take it, tries to force it inside. It deflects off Niemeyer. Did it hit him in the head?
Head. Might have been his face even.
That's using your head.
Yeah.
And Bowling Green gets the turnover and heads the other way.
He looked mad about it. I'm just saying good play.
Right. He took enough head shots in football. You ought to be used to it.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah.
Fairchild to the right elbow, back to Hall. He's going to fire a deep three. Good. It would help if Ryan Hall could get on track like he was in the first round game. I think he hit 3 threes, maybe 4 now. Yeah. 3, I think, for sure.
13 points in that last game.
And it's 33-26, down under 10. You want to be under 10, and we've got a whistle and a timeout on the floor, I believe. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside as well. 33-26, Van Far, 4:35 to play in the third. You listen to Bowling Green Invitational on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Bowling Green Tournament coverage brought to you by Custom Work Salon and Tanning, Hayden's Motorsports Center, and Lynn's Heritage House.
The Eagles Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast in Louisiana offers inviting guest rooms, each with its own unique character and historic charm. Call or book online at theeaglesnestinbb.com.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Well, I see they'll let anybody come to the games, as I see Robbie Scott in the gym, so
he's here at all of them.
How'd he get in tonight? Out of the timeout, Van Far with the ball and the lead, 33-26. They run that little weave action. Gibson now hits Redding going to the hoop on the shuffle cut. His layup's up and good. Shuffle cut's a thing of the past. When I played, that's what everybody ran, was the wheel or motion offense that got you that shuffle cut. Worked to perfection that time. Eskew now throws it away. He made the catch and threw it to Gibson, but he was going the other way. And Van Far heads on the offense. Gibson to the hook, count the bucket and the fouls. He got clobbered by Niemeyer. They'll count it. And Gibson took a hard fall at the end of that, too. But he's a tough running back on their football team, so he'll bounce right up. Got a little hitch in his giddy up right at the moment.
Yeah, because you don't land on hardwood floors in football.
That's true.
Yeah.
Without pads, no less.
That's right, without pads, yeah.
Aiden Grody checks back in. Fairchild will take a seat. Niemeyer still in. He's got 3. And Gage Gibson, a 53% free throw shooter, will try and complete the old-fashioned three-point play. He fires. It rims out. No good. Zach Gibson, his counterpart, with the rebound. Off the Hall into the front court. 4 minutes to play here in the third. 37-26. Back to an 11-point lead. Yeah, he gets away with the travel almost every time. He gets the happy feet, doesn't he? That was Niemeyer. Right corner now to Eskew on the pick and roll with Grody. He's open for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound by Niemeyer to Hall. Hall now outside the arc. Penetrates to the free throw line. Tries to back Gibson down. He'll shoot the turnaround fadeaway from 15. It won't go. And Jennings with the rebound for Van Far. To Conaway up quickly to Redding, and he loses the handle, but Conaway picks up the loose ball. He'll get to the glass, and his layup's up and good. Count the bucket and the foul.
Bowling Green is not doing a very good job of getting back down defensively on the court. They're outnumbered by Van Far 3-1 down here, and they've got to do better about getting down there and going up and getting the rebounds.
That foul on Hall, his first. They just got out hustled to the ball that time. And Conaway will try and complete the three-point play, and he does. And the lead back now, 2-14, up 2-14. That is the biggest lead of the game. Bowling Green's got to have a basket. Niemeyer has it stolen away by Gasson. He'll go to the hoop with the left hand and score. And a timeout on the floor. Coach Craig Smith takes it. 42-26 should be the score, I believe. 3:10 to play in the third quarter. It was the 99th Annual Bowling Green Invitational on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Bowling Green Tournament coverage brought to you by Center Locker Service, Community State Bank of Missouri, and Meyer Implement Company.
Pepsi Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Star Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Clarbrun Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Rick Rodhouse, Country Financial Agent, Noah Builders, and Central State Bank of Illinois.
From the middle school gym at the end of 3, North Callaway leads Silex 29-27. So they've got a barn burner over there. You can get that on KJFM, WBBA.com, or on your phone on our app. You can listen to it or watch it as well. You can watch this game and listen in the same fashion. And we're also on 102.1 and 97.5 FM. Out of the timeout, the ball is inbound, and they're going to say it's off of Hall's fingertips and out of bounds. And Van Far turned up the pressure, and so the turnover will give it back to Van Far. Turnover 10 on Bowling Green. Conaway to throw it inbounds, gets it to Redding, who's open for 3, in and out, no good, and Niemeyer with the rebound. Gets it all up quickly to Eskew. Eskew penetrates, gets it to Grody on the block, kicks it out around the horn. They whip it quickly now to Niemeyer on the left block. He'll go up tough. It won't go, but there's a whistle and a foul. And Oliver Niemeyer should get some free throws here.
Pull that foul on Christian for Van Far.
He checked in during the timeout, as did Utterback for Van Far. Niemeyer's first trip to the free throw line, and he makes the first. He'll get a second. 2:53 to play in the third, 42-37. Van Far on top. Second one by Niemeyer. It battles in and out, no good. Loose ball rebound picked up by Redding. He'll hand it off to Conaway, and he'll walk it up the right sideline right in front of the benches to Christian on the right wing. Missed Gaston cutting through on the shovel cut. Now gets it to Conaway. Conaway hands it off to Redding. Redding's going to shoot a funny runner from the elbow. That's a 15-foot runner, and it doesn't go, and Bowling Green with the rebound. Eskew now into the front court. Dribbles to the wing and sets things up. He'll penetrate, hands it off to Gibson. Gibson on a pick and roll. Has Grody open outside the arc. Now to Hall. Hall. He'll shoot the three. It's partially blocked. Now it's loose on the floor. Christian hustles and
get on the ball.
Timeout, as Christian called timeout while he was laying on his back. Smart basketball IQ there. 42-37 our score. 2:10 to play in third. You listen to KJFM WBBA Sports.
Chevrolet. Get Spot a Shot in Louisiana and DG Firearms.
Lynn's Heritage House isn't your average senior living facility. At Lynn's, residents have an abundance of social and recreational activities, including trips to the Twin Pike Family YMCA, numerous craft projects, and even the occasional day trip around Pike County. As a resident, you can enjoy the same independent lifestyle you've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing that help is available when needed. For more information, visit Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane in Louisiana, or online at linsheritage.com.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
42-27. Van Far on top. They'll have the ball out of the timeout.
They're still not, Bowling Green's not making any adjustments. They're still running their big guy plays up here where their big guys are up at the keys. And that North Callaway game, they did not do that, and they did very well in that second half of that basketball game.
They need to change something in a hurry because they're about to let things get out of reach for them here. Out of the timeout, Van Far with it. Redding at the head of the key, penetrates to the paint, goes up from 8. It's no good. Christian on the glass. His shot's swatted away down below on Gibson. And then we'll go back to the Indians on the right side of the block. Jack McDonald in for Zach Gibson.
The only senior on the team.
Yeah, a lot of good things coming back. And the inbounds pass, they leave Redding wide open, however.
Wide open.
He'll shoot an easy layup, and it's back to a 16, 17-point lead now, which is the biggest of the game. Hall with it now, gets to McDaniel in the far corner to Eskew. He'll step back, can't get the three off to McDaniel now at the head of the key. Throws it to Eskew. They're looking. Notice how they're all looking for Eskew.
Yeah.
Hall with a nice fake pass, and his shot up and good. Big little ball fake that time to Eskew. The defense went to Eskew, and he shot the little runner from 8. 44-29.
They need to fake that ball up to Jace and get it down low as they can.
Aston fires a three from the head of the key, and he drains it. His second three of the game. He's got 6, and it's an 18-point lead. And trouble is in the house for the Bobcats. Brody out beyond the arc, gets to Niemeyer on the block. Pitch it out to McDaniel. He'll shoot the three. No good. Redding with the rebound. Up to Gasson. Gasson across the timeline on the left-hand side. Whips it inside to the official. The problem is he's out of bounds.
Yeah. And not on his team.
That's a turnover.
It was a good pass. He was looking for Utterback there under the basket, and Utterback wasn't quite ready for that pass. The ref wasn't either, for that matter.
And now Redding steals it from Hall, and he'll shoot the
He did not touch him.
Foul.
Oh. Ryan Hall provided some extra pressure there, and he kind of cupped his hand at the end, but he didn't touch him, but they gave him the foul anyways.
It's the second time Hall has had the ball stolen away from him for a layup. But that's a young freshman's learning. You'll learn. We talked about this a lot in the game the other night. It's just a little faster game. These guys are a little quicker, a little bigger on the varsity as Redding's free throws short. And Van Far on the glass.
Zach
Gibson steals it. He'll put it on the Jets. Can he get to the rim? He does. Misses the layup. Eskew misses the putback. It's still loose. Christian will come away with it. Christian now looks to pass, and his pass is too wide for Gasson. So a little flurry of wildness there.
Yeah, that works out to Bowling Green's advantage because that's the last thing they needed is another steal and score.
So Bowling Green will get it with 22 ticks to play in the quarter. Redding will take a seat for this final few seconds as in the game for the first time is Gibson Condi. Zach gets it in to McDaniel. Now back to Gibson across the timeline.
17 seconds.
Guarded by Christian. Van Far in a man-to-man. Crosses the goal, tries to get to the glass, and there's going to be no shot. They'll call a foul on the way to a hole on a hand check on Gibson. His second. And Bowling Green will have it underneath their own basket, right side with 10 seconds.
Called for a foul, which took those baskets off.
And the inbounds, Eskew has it. Backs up beyond the arc, down to 5. He's in a double team, spins out of trouble. Now he's going to head for the paint. His shot's up no good, and they're going to have a foul. It will be before the horn. It's on the floor, I believe. I don't think there'll be free throws. They're going to talk about it and make sure it was certainly before the horn. The foul's going to go on Utterback. And let's see if it was on the floor.
They're lined up to shoot.
Maybe they're going to put a little time back on the clock.
Yeah.
5/10.
A little.
Very little. So Eskew will go to the line and get 2 shots. They determined that was in the act of shooting. And the first free throw's up and good. He'll get a second. 49-30, Van Far on top. Half a second to play. Second free throw further and no good, and that'll do it for the quarter. We're going to have a lane violation, I believe. This is the quarter that won't end.
Yes, I'll put it back to third.
After we had a quick first half, somebody was in the lane too quick. I can't really say who it was. Oh, they're pointing at Gaston. And now they're forgetting all of that and going to give Van Far the ball. I have no earthly idea what's going on now. At any rate, Van Far is going to get the ball with a half a second to go, and they can't do anything with it. And that'll do it for the third quarter. A weird third quarter it was, but Van Far stretched things out, and they lead it 49-30. The fourth quarter's next on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Mailer and Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Advanced Eye Care, and Wood Smoked Meats.
Experience the ultimate golf adventure at Tee Time Golf, Bowling Green's premier indoor golf simulator destination. Whether you're a solo golfer looking for a relaxing round or want to challenge your friends, Tee Time Golf can accommodate up to 6 players per hour. Choose from a variety of game modes, stroke play, scramble, teams, or even driving range. Visit their Facebook page for more information on pricing and reservations or call 573-591-6699. Tee Time Golf is not just a game, it's a golfing experience year-round like no other. Swing by and elevate your game. They are located at 1107 Business Highway 61, Bowling Green, Missouri.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
As we start the fourth quarter, Van Far will have it. And they lead it by 19.
Get the ball.
They turn it over, I should say, with their first possession. And so Bowling Green will get it back. They've got to score in bunches. SQ for 3. It's off the mark, no good. Grody with the rebound, but it goes off of his knee out of bounds back to Van Far.
The two guys all over him couldn't hang on to the ball, and they're going to substitute Xander Fairchild in and give Jace a bit of a break.
With 7:45 to play.
Or some coaching, maybe.
In the ball game. And now we've got a foul on the inbound. That'll go on Gibson, his third. And Van Far will still maintain possession of the ball. Weird into that quarter.
Weird start to this one.
it's just got weird.
Yeah.
So Van Far has it. Let's see if they can bring some order to things here in this ball game. They run that little weave. Gibson now fakes the handoff to Conway, now to Redding. Redding out to Conway at the circle. Now Huff whips it inside to Redding on the block. He'll drop stick to the glass. It won't go. Jennings put back won't go, but his second put back will.
Drives me crazy. They just sit there and watch everybody else rebound. Got to go get the ball.
And it's 51-30. Gibson now picks up his dribble, right wing to Hall. Hall crosses it over to the right elbow, and now we've got a whistle and a foul away from the ball, and who's that going to be on?
On Aiden.
I believe it is, and that'll be 4 on him.
He gave him a pretty good flop when he hit Aiden, but Aiden was standing there, and that's a bad call. But Brendan Schurter will come in, and he's a talented freshman, so we'll see some good play from him.
SQ will return as well.
That whistle was called so late. The ball was already back up the top of the key, and then they called it down here on Aiden.
6:54 to play in the game. 51-30 Van Far. Gibson on the dribble. Huff now to Redding, left wing. Now Jennings pops out at the head of the key, and he'll hand it off to Conway. Conway's open for 3, right wing. It's short, no good. Rebound loose. Fight for it underneath. And Conway comes away with it and gives it to Huff, and he shoots away. Popped up right in Conway's hands. Huff was all alone underneath. He scores the bucket, and it's 53-30.
Same thing happened, yeah.
Gibson from 3, no good. Huff with the rebound, and now we've got a traveling violation on Huff on the rebound. Turnover number 13. And Bowling Green will have it underneath their own hoop, right side of the paint.
Yeah, but like you said, at this point, they're starting to get so far behind. I mean,
yeah, they're in trouble.
They're chasing 23 points now. They're going to have to do something different quick.
No question about it. SQ drives in, shoots a little kind of a reverse right-hander from the left side and scores the bucket. He's got 18. And it's 53-32. Down on the shuffle cut to Conway. His layup's up and good. That shuffle cut thing's worked a couple of times for Van Far.
With the size Bowling Green has, I don't know why they're not running something very similar.
Eskew on the right wing now. Dribbles to the head of key to Hall. Hall far corner to Gibson. Gibson looks inside. He's got a pick with Niemeyer. Now open at the head of the key is Scherter. Scherter penetrates in. His shot's no good, but we've got a foul on the drive. Nope, they're going to call it on the shot.
On 34.
And Brennan Scherter will go to the line for 2 shots. Quarterback picks up his third. And the freshman will go to the line for his first opportunities tonight.
They called that on Carter Jennings, not Utterback.
And he makes the first. Jennings second. Just the second team foul. 1 team foul on Bowling Green. Scherter with the second. He's got them both.
Some both.
And that's 55-34. 5:35 to play in the ball game. Conaway works through the pressure from Eskew. Gets it to the front court now. Waves off Redding. Now Redding pops out the head of the key to Conaway. Conaway on the right wing. Back to Redding. Head of the key. He's open for 3. Money. Conaway's got 21 now. His third 3 of the game. And it's 58-34. And Bowling Green in trouble. Hall drives to the hoop. His spin moves up, and it goes. Take it. Ryan Hall against Redding over the taller player. Nice work by him. Conaway beats the pressure, gets it to Gibson. He'll drop it down low to Jennings, and he'll take the push from behind. And I'm thinking they're going to get Scherter. It's Scherter or Niemeyer. He had his choice. It's going to be Scherter.
The freshman.
Van Far triggers it in to Redding. He's open again and just shoots an easy 10-footer fadeaway. Boy, the inbounds Bowling has just been getting hammered on that.
Yeah.
Wide open shots. You can't have that. And now we've got a whistle on a foul, and that's going to be an illegal pick, I believe, on Scherter on the drive. And it'll give the ball back to Van Far. 60-36. The lead has ballooned.
Yeah.
Down to 4:30 to play. Had a close game over in the other gym. We'll try and get a score for that for you as we go along here as well. That was 29-27 at the end of the quarter. Conaway goes to the hoop. His shot won't go. Eskew with the rebound. He'll be fouled by Redding. Redding second. Second team foul.
Yeah, I think we've seen the difference in play calling between the 2 nights where Bowling Green played really well, and then tonight. And, now everybody's in foul trouble, so it's going to hurt you calling your plays too.
Well, as Eskew shoots 1 for 3, it's short. That's going to go out of bounds off of Van Far. You mentioned this the other night. Which Bowling Green team is going to show up? The good team or the not so good team? Well, last Tuesday night it was the good team.
It was the good team.
They made tons of shots. Tonight it's been a different story.
Yeah, tons of shots, tons of rebounds, and tonight just nothing's really working for them that well.
They get it inbounds to Hall on the left wing, pick and roll with Niemeyer. Hall now still with the dribble, head of the key to Scherter. He'll drive down the lane. His shot up, no good. Rebound loose. Ball's in Hall's hands. He'll shoot it from the corner from 15, short, or long, I should say. Conaway with the rebound for Van Far. He'll get it ahead to Redding. Redding thinks about a 3, kicks it back to Conway. Now Huff's going to shoot the 3 left side. Front iron no good. Jennings all over the glass with the rebound. Whips it out to Conaway. Now they'll reset it with 3:30 to play in the game. 60-36 our score. Van Far on top. They're going to advance to the championship game. They'll await the winner of Winfield and Clopton that we'll have right after this. Redding now works it right side to Huff. They get it to Gibson. His shot's blocked by Eskew and goes out of bounds. And Van Far will have it in the far corner.
That's an all-state high jumper.
Yeah, what did he high jump? 6'6"?
Yeah, it was impressive.
Plus he's 6 feet 4 inches tall to boot, you know. So
yeah.
Huff takes a seat and Gaston comes in for him. Gaston's hit a couple of threes in the game. And they'll work it around the horn, will the Indians. Gibson on Gibson. They've got to know each other tonight, haven't they?
They have.
Jennings outside the arc now, holds it above his head to Gaston. Gaston now gets it into Jennings in the paint. He'll go up in a crowd with the left hand and score. Carter Jennings has got 6. And the final from the other gym, North Callaway advances to the Consolation Championship, 51-42 as Gibson's penetration to the hoop and layup won't go. And now he'll foul in the backcourt. What you want, a 15 foul, so we'll shoot free throws now.
Yep. That's another problem there. Down here, Zach drove in to make a layup, and there wasn't a Bobcat other than Zach Gibson under the basket for the rebound. So that definitely doesn't hurt your
chances.
Yeah, it doesn't help your winning the rebound battle at all.
Redding at the free throw line makes the first. Well, you astutely brought that up in the pregame that Bowling Green is going to have to be on the boards, and I mentioned they're going to have to keep up with the pace, and that's kind of what we've seen happen as Coach Craig Smith lets some younger guys in. We'll check them for you. Colin Calhoun Welch returns. Keegan Smith in.
Xander Fairchild.
Yep, and they join
Jack
McDaniel as the second free throw is good as well by Redding. He's had a great night. He's got 24, if my quick math is right.
That's a pretty good night.
And Van Far leads at 64-36. Welch outside the arc now to Fairchild. Down to 2:30. Back to Welch on the give and go. His shot won't go. Ball's loose in the far corner, and Gaston tried to save it in and took out Larry Lagerman and the former superintendent. What's his name down there by Larry? Hunter, yeah. I had a brain
Mr. Hunter.
Senior moment there for a second. And Bowling Green throws it away on the inbound. Back comes Van Far. As into the game is Gibson Conde, and he travels. And now Caleb Basket for Van Far. Utterback's returned as well. Christian in as well. So both teams have pretty much emptied their benches here. Late in this game. Shot high arcing by Smith. Rebound by McDaniel, and his shot is good. Jack McDaniel on the offensive glass. His first bucket of the night. And it's 64-38. Down to $1.50 to play in the ball game. Christian down, high head of the key, throws it away. Stolen by Fairchild. He'll ball fake, Euro step travel, but the layup is good.
They didn't blow the whistle. That didn't count. You are correct.
64-40. Back comes Gaston. He'll flip it out to Basket. Basket to Gaston, and then Gaston. Can't talk now all of a sudden. To Christian, right wing in the far corner to Conde. His at 3 balls short. And Bowling Green with the rebound. Welch gets it to McDaniel across the timeline. We're down to 1:10 to play in the game. Fairchild, let it fly, son. On a little pick and roll, gives it to Calhoun. His shot won't go. Had a wide open layup. Couldn't get it to go. And Conde into the front court now. He got away with the travel. Nope, they got him. Actually, a double dribble is what it would have been as he hit the ball with both hands on the floor after he picked up his dribble. The turnover number 16. Bowling Green actually winning the turnover battle.
Yeah, but not scoring off of them, which is what's killed them tonight.
That's the difference. You're right. There is another turnover by Bowling Green. Heading the other way is Gaston. He's just going to try and grab the ball. He can't. Goes out of bounds back to Bowling Green. Well, a sloppy end to this. But these young guys getting some time in the 99th annual Bowling Green Invitational. Fairchild on the right wing now. Gets it into Welch. Welch's shot from 8, short, no good. Rebound to Utterback of Van Far, down to 30 seconds. Let's see if they want to just dribble it out. They'll give it to Conde now in the corner to Fairchild, or check that Utterback now on the pass from Gaston, and Utterback gets his first bucket of the game, and it's 66-40. Down to 15 seconds to play. Fairchild on a give and go to Welch. Welch will shoot the left, but won't go. Van Far with the rebound. Gasson gets it into the front court, and that's going to do it. Bowling Green's going to let them dribble it out. Your final score, the top seed Van Far Indians 66, Bowling Green 40. The postgame show's next on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Mike Henry Excavating, and Sun Window Company.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the Square in Bowling Green.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Are you pursuing a nursing degree? Do you want $2,000 to put towards your tuition? Of course you do. This is Tracy B. with PCHD. Our Home Care and Hospice Foundation is now accepting applications for our annual nursing scholarship. Deadline is April 12th, 2024, and the application can be found on our website at PikeCountyHospice.com.
Hey, this is Bob, owner of J. Roberts Jewelers on the northwest corner of the square in Pittsfield. In November, we had our annual Girls' Night Out on the square. It was, as usual, a great, successful, fun night. But this year, no one claimed our giveaway. We were giving away a set of 1-carat natural diamond stud earrings that are worth about $1,500 retail. No one's come forward, so we're calling off the search, and we want to give them away. If you're 18 years or older,
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
Well, the number one seed kind of proved why they are the number one seed.
Yes,
as
sir.
They were able to handle Bowling Green by the final score of 66-40. They led by 10 at the end of the first quarter, at half as well. Then in the third quarter, they stretched it out as they outscored Bowling Green 18-9 and then a 17-10 scoring advantage in the fourth, and they won it 66-40. And we kind of hit on it a little bit in the fourth quarter as things kind of gave us time to, but it was the transition baskets and lack of inside stuff going on for Bowling Green.
Yeah, I think we covered all of it already so far. Bowling Green won the turnover, but then couldn't score on any of the turnovers that they had, and then they were running a little bit of a different offense tonight that coach thought was going to help them against this quick scoring team, and pretty much kind of the Jay's Eskew show tonight, which is still fun to watch.
Let's run down the scoring real quick because we only have a 12-minute transition in between games. For Bowling Green, Eskew had 18, 7 for Ryan Hall, 3 for Oliver Niemeyer, and the rest of these guys had 2 apiece. Zach Gibson, Xander Fairchild, Jack McDonald, Brennan Scherter, Aiden Grody, and Hank Welch. They were only 2 for 2 from the line, or check that, that's not right. They were 4 for 6 from the line, and they turned it over 14 times, did not lead in the game. For Van Far, they were led by Pacey Redding with 24, 10 for Gage Gibson, 9 for Nikos Conaway, 6 each for Carson Huff, Gavin Gaston, and Carter Jennings, and 2 for Evan Utterback, 9 for 13 from the line, 17 turnovers, and their biggest lead of the night was 26, or 28, I should say, was the biggest lead of the game. And those stats are unofficial, so don't hold me to it.
I'm holding you to all of it.
So Van Far advances to the championship game on Saturday at 4 o'clock. Bowling Green drops into the third place game, and that game will be played at 2:30. They await the winners and the losers of this next game between the Winfield Warriors and the Clopton Hawks, and we'll have that for you right after this on KJFM WBBA.
Brought to you by Bouquet Florist and Gift Shop, Pike Lincoln Technical Center, and Pogue Ford.
Geared Up, just off the square in Pittsfield, is your first stop for screen printing and embroidery. The folks at Geared Up take pride in making their communities and schools look great while offering the best prices around. If you're looking to expand your wardrobe or maybe a gift is on the list, stop by their store and check out numerous items in stock. When you're looking for custom apparel and awards for your business, organization, or team, stop by Geared Up, 211 South Madison in Pittsfield.
With 14 stores across Missouri and Illinois, La Crosse Lumber Company provides lumber, quality products, and service to homeowners, builders, DIYers, and more. With some of the top brand names in the business available, La Crosse Lumber has what you need for your next project. Stop into any location for a free estimate before you start your next build. La Crosse Lumber Company, the oldest, most reliable lumber and hardware company in the Midwest since 1873. Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic knows that getting the best care for your pet is a top priority. They strive to provide the greatest quality medical and surgical care for our furry companions. Their newly expanded and remodeled facility, with accommodations for comprehensive inpatient hospital care and complete outpatient care, allows the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic to keep your pet healthy and safe so the whole family can cheer on our area teams. Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, Perkins Electrical Services, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Welcome back to Bowling Green High School, the 99th annual Bowling Green Invitational Tournament. The first game is in the books, and we have both teams on the floor just 7 minutes before we tip this thing off. It'll be the Clopton Hawks, the number 3 seed, against the number 2 seed, the Winfield Warriors. These teams met back in the championship game of the Clopton tournament. Winfield won that 70-60 in a game that defied logic, as there were 66 free throws shot in the game. 26 by Winfield in the fourth quarter, as Clopton elected to foul and continue to foul in the last 4 minutes of that game. And Brady Creech was 19 from 20 from the free throw line. All that just in the fourth quarter. So we'll see how things shake out here. That was a close game all the way till the fourth quarter, and we expect a similar result in this game as well. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening tip right after this on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Cheesecake and rich crab cakes. A taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game. Game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Lynn's Heritage House isn't your average senior living facility. At Lynn's, residents have an abundance of social and recreational activities, including trips to the Twin Pike Family YMCA, numerous craft projects, and even the occasional day trip around Pike County. As a resident, you can enjoy the same independent lifestyle you've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing that help is available when needed. For more information, visit Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane in Louisiana, or online at lynsheritage.com.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the number one priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports come health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Casey Sutton, certified athletic trainer with Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, State Farm Agents, Pepsi, and Ackles Farm Market.
Corey Buchanan's in the house. He joins me for this second semifinal. Corey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I know I don't get to call very many games with you each year, but it's always a pleasure to get to call a few games with you, Jim.
Did you get to see either one of these teams over in the small gym the other night?
I sure did.
Well,
got to see Clopton play, and I'm pretty sure I was just talking to a few people in the stands. Didn't Winfield and Clopton just square up a couple weeks ago down
in
at
the
the
Clopton
championship
tournament? Yep, 70-60, 66 free throws in the game.
Wow.
Clopton started fouling with 3:46 to go in the game. Didn't stop fouling. Brady Creech shot 20 free throws in the fourth quarter alone. Made 19 of 20 free throws.
Wow.
Unbelievable as a game defies logic. So we're going to see something that's similar. It's going to be a battle of tempos because Winfield wants to go up and down. Creech is the one that's straw that stirs the drink for Winfield. He averages 17.5 in the game. And, of course, Clopton's going to want to slow it down a little bit and use the Evans boys inside and then kick it out for some open threes if they have the opportunity. So that's kind of the ebb and flow of what we're going to see here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were I was with Mark the other night in the middle school gym when we had the 8-game stretch on Tuesday night. And Clopton got out to a little bit slow start, but they were kind of able to pick it up there at the tail end of the first quarter, and they pretty much just kept it their foot on the gas. And I think for them, they really need a good start. With those Evans boys down there, you would think the game plan would be right off the bat, getting them the ball down there and letting them do their thing. They're big physical kids, so let's see what their coaching plan is tonight.
Winfield defeated Louisiana 54-30 on Tuesday night. Clopton over Ellsbury 57-43. Little statistical stuff for you. Winfield leads the series since 2008, 8-4. And we mentioned the matchup already this year. An interesting thing about Winfield, they come in at 9-7 on the season, and
they kind of beefed their schedule up this year, didn't
well,
they?
they play in that conference down south, but against EMO conference teams this year, they are 7-1. So that the teams that Clopton's used to playing, they are 7-1. Clopton is 10-4, I believe, and so we expect a good one here tonight. Let's tell you about our starting lineups for this game. For the Clopton Hawks, they will be the visitors on the scoreboard. Starting for them, a 5'8" junior, number 1, Adam Lindsay. A 6-foot senior, number 3, Chase Hall. A 6-foot junior, number 20, Josh Harvey. A 6'4" senior, number 42, Cash Evans. And a 6'3" junior, number 44, Kane Evans. So it'll be Kane, Cash, Harvey, Hall, and Lindsay for head coach Tony Francis. For the Winfield Warriors, starting for them, a 5'10" senior, number 2, Brady Creech. A 6'4" junior, number 5, Logan Keel. A 6-foot junior, number 20, Connor Martin. A 6-foot senior, number 23, Camden Palmer. And a 6'2" senior, number 30, Caden Palmer. So it'll be Caden, Camden, Martin, Keel, and Creech for John Varner. Clopton averages 59.7 points a game, gives up 44 a game. Winfield averages 49 a game and gives up 49 a game, if you can believe that. I guess with a 9-7 record, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, and if you've got a beefed up schedule.
Clopton in their gray uniforms with black numbers and red trim. Winfield, I should say, and then home whites with red numbers and black trim. This should be a good one. Same officiating crew. They're out of the Columbia area in this game as we had in the first semifinal game. The game in the middle school will be Ellsbury and Louisiana. That game's probably already started. They were a little bit ahead of us in that first game. And Clopton will move from our left to our right on your radio dial if you're listening to us on radio. Got friends around the area, KJFM, WBBA.com. You can watch it, you can listen to it, or on your phone, or 102.1 FM, 97.5 FM. You can listen to it on your radio. Maddie's taking pictures. Tanis is taking pictures. Rodney and Mark are in the other gym. So look on our website, KJFM.WBBA.com, and you can see pictures of all these games. As we had a young kid on the floor as the official was about ready to throw it up. He wants to play. He says, pass it to me, man.
Want to get him a couple shots up.
Mom or sister forgot about him and left him out there. And then Winfield controls the opening tip. As I mentioned, Winfield will move from our right to our left. And then Clopton comes out in there, patented man-to-man. 3-ball on the way from Camden. His shot's off the mark. Rebound to Harvey for Clopton. Into the front court. He'll hand it to Hall, and they'll set their offense against the man-to-man defense of Winfield. They know each other well, so there aren't going to be any secrets. It's going to be who can execute. Hall travels. Pressure by Creech, and Hall drug that pivot foot as he tried to make that wraparound pass.
Yeah, Clopton had several turnovers, I think a total of 12 against their opponent on Tuesday night. So I'm sure Clopton's coach is really wanting them to be smart with the basketball and not try to force anything.
That is key in these games. Don't give up possessions. As they work it around the horn out of Creech, he'll shoot the three right wing. It's off the back iron, no good. Cash with the rebound up quickly up the left sideline to Harvey. Harvey to the middle of the floor. Head of the key, hands it back to Hall. Hall now waits for Harvey to get to the left wing. Now to the short corner, kicks it back to Hall on the wing. Now to pick and roll with Cash. Gets it to Kane. Kane will penetrate. He does. He goes to the glass. No good. Cash on the rebound. His offensive rebound and put back is good.
That's a really good start if you're a Clopton fan. You got both Evans boys down under the basket.
And Camden drives to the hole and scores. And we're even at 2. Well, Cash got off to a very slow start in that first game against Winfield. They need him to get going early on here. Hawks back in the front court. Lindsay on the far sideline. Now they'll reset with 6:30 to play in the first. Just underway. Glad to have you with us. Jim Ross with Corey Buchanan, and we've got a pass inside and a whistle and a foul.
Looks like Caden Palmer is going to pick up his first foul of the ball game. He's going to send Hall to the free throw line for 2.
Don't have any stats on either one of these teams. Actually, that's not true. I do have a few stats on Winfield out of the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. But nothing on Clopton. They guard that like Fort Knox. As Hall's first free throw is good. He'll get a second.
He shot the ball pretty good from the charity stripe Tuesday night. Hall did.
And he's one of their three-point threats. He'll fire the second. In and out, no good. Rebound to Caden Palmer. To Creech. Creech pushes into the front court, hands it off to Camden. Camden to Caden, left wing now to Martin. Martin back to Creech. Sagging man-to-man. 3-ball on the way. In and out, no good by Caden. And a loose ball picked up by Cash. He'll get it to Hall. They'll look to run. Long bounce pass to Lindsay, and he has it swatted away as he tries to go up. And goes out of bounds back to the Hawks.
That was really good defense by Caden Palmer there. Just got his hand on the ball, didn't create a foul, and pick up one of those tic-tac fouls. That would have been number 2 on him.
Hall gets it inbounds to Cash, and he turns it over. Now Kane steals it right back. So back-to-back turnovers. And Clopton has possession again, leading 3-2. Into Cash on the right block. He'll go up in the crowd. It won't go. And a rebound off to Winfield. Creech now up the near sideline. Into the front court, crosses it over, stops, whips it to the far sideline. Nice catch that time by Caden to save it from going out of bounds. And now they'll reset. Keel has it on the right wing. Hands it off to Palmer. Now to Camden. Back to Creech. Creech turns away to pick and roll, gets into the paint, gets it to Keel. His layup's up and good. Little ball fake that time by Logan.
Yep, a good dribble penetration. Defense came up to stop ball, and he was able to dish it off to his post down low, and an easy bucket.
Winfield leads for the first time at 4-3. Back come the Hawks. Go inside out to Hall from 3 in the corner. It's an air ball. Winfield with the rebound. Palmer gets it to Creech into the front court now. Back to Palmer on the right wing to Creech. Head of the key 3. Back iron long, no good. Rebound by Creech. He goes and follows his shot. A lost art. Now Martin kicks it to the right sideline, and Caden with 3, and it's good. 4 2 Hawks Caden Palmer with his first three ball of the night, and it's a 4-point lead for the Warriors at 7-3. Little full court 2-2-1 pressure, no problem by the Hawks. They get it to Kane, and he goes to the hole, but the ball swatted out of his hand, out of bounds.
This Winfield team, they definitely have the green light behind the arc. That's already 5 threes taken, and it's not even halfway through the first quarter.
Genuine checks in for Lindsay for the Hawks. 4:19 to play, 7-3, they trail. Genuine open for three from the left side, won't take it. Now gets it to Harvey in the far corner. On the dribble now, in the high post to Kane. He'll go to the block, back to Harvey. Open from three from the corner, good. Josh Harvey with his first three-pointer of the night, and it's 7-6 Winfield. Breach into the front court for the Warriors on a handoff with Camden. Camden now to Creech on the right wing, back to Caden between the circles, left wing to Martin. Martin now gets it to Keel. He'll shoot the three, in and out, no good. Genuine with the rebound for the Hawks, up to Hall. Hall across the timeline now. To Kane Evans, right wing. Back to Genuine between the circles. Pick and roll with Cash.
That's a really great head by the Winfield post.
It was. Inside the Cash this time. His shot won't go, but there's a whistle and a foul.
Number 20, Connor Martin's going to pick up his first foul. Just caught the hand. Cash Evans.
And they're going to send Evans to the free throw line. First free throws by him tonight. Down to 3:28 to play in the first. He doesn't dribble and shoots, and it drops.
It's a good sign if you're Cash Evans. He struggled a little bit from the line Tuesday night.
Second one's on its way and on the mark as well. He's got 4, and he'll take a seat as Larson Hall checks in for him. 8-7, Hawks back on top, and now we've got a horn as the ball's already in play. They're going to say play on. As Winfield walks it across the timeline and ignores the buzzer. Palmer's play a little catch outside the arc. Now Creech in the high post. Spins, tries to get down in the paint, kicks it out in the corner. They whip it around quickly. 3 ball on the way by Palmer. Back iron no good. That was Camden. Rebound loose. Bodies all over the place. And they're going to say it's off of Clopton, back to Winfield.
That was a heck of a block out down there. Both players went to the floor.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a good sign or a bad sign. Something happened, that's for sure. Creech to throw it in. He'll get it to Palmer in the near corner. He hands it off to Caden out to the post, and it's deflected out of bounds by Larson Hall. Back to Winfield.
Yeah, Caden looked like he needed to reverse that ball and try to get something on the other side. Kind of force that pass in there. Luckily, it didn't turn into a turnover.
Colin Sams in for his first minutes. Also coming in is Tucker Salmons for Clopton. We lob it in to Caden, back to Creech outside the arc on the left side. He'll drive left baseline, ball fakes, gets everybody in there, kicks it back to Sams. Sams now to Caden, right elbow to Camden outside the arc. Picks it up now to Creech. Creech in the post to Sams. He'll spin to the hole, goes up in the foul, but it's thrown away by Hall. Tries to save it in, but it goes right into Camden's hands, and he'll shoot the bucket. And good from point-blank range. Camden Palmer with 4, and it's a 9-8 lead. Back and forth we go, similar to what we saw in Clopton in the championship game. Hall's got a pass to the hoop and scores a layup. Defense parted like the Red Sea, and he took it right to the glass. And it's a Clopton lead, 10-9. Down to 2:15 to play in the first. Winfield back on the offense. Creech far sideline on the wing. Pass the key now to Sams. Left wing to Palmer. Caden with it now. Backs up, guarded by Kane Evans. Now gets it to Sams. The cannon to Caden on the block. He drives in, and nice defense by Kane. He steals it. Stood his ground. They get it to Salmons. Kicks it in the corner to Genuine, but that pass was errant. And turnover number 3 will give it back to Winfield. Kane Evans, or Cash Evans, I should say, returns, and DJ Barth in for the Warriors. Lindsay will return. DJ Barth, a candidate for the all-hair team. One of the few mullets you see anymore these days. A curly mullet to boot.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, there's been a big kick, or there was a big trend of them here the past couple of years, but now it's just kind of the curly hair. They're
Reach for 3, left wing. It's no good. Sands with the tip in. It won't go. Barth on the glass. His putback's up, in and out, and no good. So The Hawks getting killed on the offensive glass that trip. And DJ Barth will go to the line to shoot a couple of free throws. Foul is going to be on Adam Lindsay, his first. Team's first. We didn't see a lot of fouls in that first game. Expect more of the same here as DJ Barth's first free throw. He does a 360 and spins out. He'll get a second.
You know, and I think these rims are a little bit more forgiving over here in the high school than what they are in the middle school. Those just seem like some hard rims over there, and they have been for a long time.
Especially the one on the wall on the south end. Second free throw is no good as well. Yeah, I always like shooting at the other end with the hanging rim over there, and like the open background before they put the wall up. That was probably – did you play in the old gym?
Nope, Mark and I were just talking about that. No, I was never in there before they put the wall up.
Hawks back on the offensive end. Cash in the short corner. Kicks it out to Lindsay. Lindsay pulls inside the arc. Won't take the shot. Now to Genuine. In the post area. Deflected and stolen away by Winfield. Turnover number 4. They look to run. Farmer loses the handle. He'll track it down over at the end of the bench. Now goes inside. His shot up. No good. Cash with the rebound. Flips it ahead to Genuine. Genuine looks for some help. He's in a double. Gets it to Hall. Hall drives to the glass. Scoop layup. Go. What a shot that was. Got hammered, flipped it up off the glass, and it spun in, and he'll get a chance for a three-point play.
Great body control. You know, they say don't stop going to the basket until somebody stops you, and he just kind of weaved his way around the defense of Winfield and was able to get a bucket there. I keep forgetting that they put me in charge of the computer tonight on the scoreboard, and he picks up the three-point play on that made free throw.
He does. And you're right. An age-old saying, penetrate. If that doesn't work, penetrate some more. As Camden drives to the baseline, and he'll pick up the foul on the floor. And now he'll take it out of bounds, will Camden Palmer, right side of the paint. Gets it to Caden. He's wide open for three. Lets it go, and money. His second three, a high arcing three. It hit nothing but net. Back comes Hall for Clopton. In the corner to Lindsay. He's open for three. Can he answer? No. Off the line, no good. Rebound to Camden Palmer, and he'll get tied up, and there'll be I guess they knocked it out of bounds, didn't they? I thought he had a fist up for a foul. Kane Evans returns. Cash will take a seat. 13-12 our score. We're down to 23 seconds to play in the first. Clopton on top. It's been a back-and-forth quarter. Winfield looks like they're going to play for one. Usually when they say they're going to play for one, they do. And there's
a hot hand.
Three ball from the corner, and that time it's Camden Palmer for three. That's a 15-13 lead with 1 second. Hall goes up, and he's going to be fouled at the buzzer. Oh, my goodness. That was a brain cramp by the defender from Winfield, as Hall was shooting a runner from 24 feet.
And that was for sure a foul. You could see the arm getting smacked. That's going to be Camden Palmer's first foul. He just knocked down a three, and then to turn around and have just a tic-tac foul like that, it's kind of a prayer shot, a runner from half court. You want to put pressure on, but you never want to foul in those situations, especially when you just picked up that much momentum from a three-pointer in the corner with time running out.
And I can't imagine what Coach John Varner's complaining about. Everybody in the gym knew it was a foul.
Yep.
Just because his player had a brain cramp, he can't take it out on the official.
That's right.
And Chase will go to the line for three. They're going to put 0.3 of a second back on the clock, so they can't do anything but tip it. Can't catch and shoot with 0.3 or less. So Hall can tie or take the lead as he makes the first. It's 15-14. He'll get two more.
Shooting 75%, 3 for 4 right now. See if he can increase that percentage.
Nothing but net. He made a bunch of free throws. I think he was like 10 for 10 or 10 for 11 in that fourth quarter in that championship game. So not the guy, he and Creech are the two guys for their respective clubs you don't want on the line. He gets the third, and that went in and out, and Creech with the rebound, and that's going to do it for the quarter. And we have decided nothing. Our score 15 all. The second quarter's next on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Silex Banking Company in Calumet of Missouri.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM, brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, County Market, Louisiana, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Well, a good first quarter by both clubs. 15-all is our score. We haven't decided a thing here in the semifinal. The winner gets Van Far, who handled Bowling Green in that first semifinal game and actually stretched it out to where they won comfortably. 66-40, I believe, was the final score. Right here, it's 15-all, and Clopton will have it to start the second quarter. It's like the original starters back into the game for both teams. And they're off and running. Paul hands it off to Harvey. Now to Lindsay, right wing to Kane Evans. Whips it in the corner to Hall. Now to Harvey. Back to Hall in the corner. He'll shoot the three. It's off the mark. No good. But Harvey on the offensive glass. Kicks it back to Kane. Inside the Cash. He's got him pinned down, and his layup's up and good.
It's a good start. There's been a lot of opportunities for Cash to get the ball down there on the block.
Winfield with the three ball. They've been relying on that predominantly tonight. No good for Palmer. Clopton with the rebound. Back they come. Hall's got Lindsay open right wing three. It's good. Adam Lindsay with his first three, and Coach John Varner wants a timeout. A 30-second timeout. They're going to say a full timeout. 20-15. Clopton leads 7:19 to play in the half. You're listening to the Bowling Green Invitational, the 99th on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Brought to you by Barnes Roots and Herbs, Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic, and Tom Bolin Ford.
Ackles Farm Market has locally produced beef, pork, and honey. Stop in for your farm fresh cut ribeye, New York strip, sirloin steaks, fillets, stew meat, ribs, ground beef, snack sticks, and all beef hot dogs. While there, stock up on homegrown fruits and vegetables as well. Open every day, 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54 between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
20-15, a little 5-0 run by the Hawks to start the second quarter, and John Varner calls a timeout to try and settle his Warriors down. And they'll have it with the length of the floor to go with 7:19 to play here in the first half.
Let's see if they can run a set here and get a little bit better opportunity than a three-pointer. They're kind of living and dying by it right now. They've got some athletic kids. Let's see if they can't get a set ran. They get Creech down. It's a good start.
Clopton went into a 2-3 zone to come out of that timeout. Are they going to say shots? No, they're going to say it's – no, they are going to say shots. Creech will go to the line and shoot two. He has not scored yet, so that's a story in and of itself, their leading scorer.
See, sometimes whenever you get a couple free throws under your belt or you get a layup, kind of gives you a little bit more confidence, and this is the first one.
Foul was on Lindsay, his second. Genuine will jump up off the bench and come in for Lindsay with those two fouls. So Creech, who averages 17.5 a game, and is 72% from the line for the season. Missed the first. Second one is good. So he's on the board, and as you said, maybe seeing that ball go through the hoop gets him going.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Time will tell. 20-16, Hawks on top. They'll slow things down now. As Hall, left wing to Genuine, back to Hall. The Cash out beyond the arc on the give and go with Genuine. Genuine pulls up to Hedekey, now to Hall, gets it short corner to Cash, Hedekey to Kane. Kane right wing to Genuine. He'll penetrate the left hand. He'll run it up, but the pass goes, the shot actually goes right on the
I wasn't too sure if that was a shot or a pass, but I think it was a shot. It just got blocked and landed right in Cash's hands.
And he scores a layup, and it's 22-16, 6 being the biggest lead in the game for either team in this contest.
Winfield keeps Creech there at the high post. They get him the ball down low.
Man, he's whistled for the travel. They're figuring if they can get it to him in the post, he can take it to the bucket, and if they trap him, he'll be able to kick it to whoever is open. But the 2-3 zones worked so far out of that timeout for the Hawks. Down to 6 minutes to play in the half. Paul gets it to Cash, hand off to Harvey. Harvey skips it to Hall on the right wing. He'll penetrate in, drops it into Cash. His shot up and good. Count the bucket and the foul. So there's a concerted effort by the Hawks to get Cash the ball, and he is taking advantage of it. He's got 10 already in the game.
Logan Keel from Winfield's going to pick up the foul there. Let's see if Cash can stay perfect from the charity stripe.
He does. You didn't jinx him.
I didn't give him the radio jinx. I found out that is a thing.
9 is the lead for the Hawks, biggest of the game at 25-16. Warriors could use a bucket here. They work around against this zone defense. Now a deep three by Palmer. It's off the mark. And if they can force them to take those threes all night.
Yeah, they're playing into the Clopton's game plan right now.
Absolutely. Harvey kicks it in the near corner to Hall. He'll drive right baseline. He's got 3 guys in the air, goes up and under and shoots away. Ooh, what a ball fake that was. And John Barner wants another timeout. 27-16. Clopton leads. 11 is the biggest of the game so far. 5:26 to play in the half. You're listening to KJFM WBBA Sports.
Bowling Green Tournament coverage brought to you by Custom Work Salon and Tanning, Hayden's Motorsports Center, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and A Taste of Philly.
In the middle school, Louisiana led 10-8 at the end of the first quarter, but Ellsbury's come back and taken the lead 26-17. That game already at half. We've got 5:20 to go in the half here out of the timeout. Winfield needs a bucket. They trail by 11. Hawks have been good here in the second quarter. A 12-1 scoring advantage, and now a steal by Genuine. Genuine against Creech. He'll take it to the glass. Up and good. Good job of looking Creech off a little bit to give him some space to go to the hoop. And the lead's now 13. Don't ever sell Tony Francis short on a game plan when he's played somebody and has some film on him.
He's definitely done a good job so far, and they're still playing, and, they're trying to shoot from 3. They might have a good shooting percentage from behind the arc, but they do not have one right now. They got to figure something else out if they want to get back in this ball game.
Creech misses the 3. Hawks come back with it on the offensive end with 4:30 to play. Hall backs up between the circles, left side to Genuine. He goes through his hands out of bounds. Unforced error there by the Hawks. 5th turnover. And as Salmons are checked that, Tucker Salmons and Larson Hall will come in. Team Evans will take a seat on the bench. Colin Sams back in for Winfield.
Luke Pruitt also checked in for Winfield. Couple of subs there by both teams.
There he is over there on the bench. I didn't see him. Good catch. Pruitt has it now to Sam's left wing to Palmer. He's going to try some new personnel, see if that gives him some energy. Pruitt, right wing now. Holds it above his head, gets it to Palmer in the high post. He loses the handle, picks it up. His shot's up off the glass, no good. Salmons with the rebound for Winfield. Clopton, I should say. Winfield can't buy a bucket right now. Harvey now kicks it left wing to Hall. He's open for 3. No good. Rebounds loose, and Palmer will come away with it. That's Caden. Now quickly to Creech. Creech pushes the post, and
Harvey's going to pick up a tic-tac foul there.
Out at the center court stripe, a little hand check action.
Trying to slow Creech down, keep him from getting to the bucket for a layup.
Kane Evans back up off the bench and in quickly for the Hawks. Sams will throw it in at the 28-foot mark right here below us. And then to Palmer. They'll hand it off to Creech against the 2-3 zone. That Salmon's on the front of that zone. He's 6'2". He's got a wide wingspan, can cause some grief in the passing lanes. Sam's now between the arcs, now off to Palmer left side. That's Caden. Caden, the only Palmer in the game. He'll fire it from 3 left wing. Back iron, no good. And we've got, it hit the tape up above, I think. But then we also have a foul.
Yeah, I think somebody was holding on the crease. I didn't get the number there from the referee.
I think they called it on Kane Evans, his first. And so Winfield will get it back as Camden Palmer will check back in for Sam's. For Winfield, they're going to change their mind. It's going to be for Pruitt. Breach will throw it in left side of the paint. 3:26 to play in the half. 29-16. Hawks lead. They get it to Palmer on the inbounds, and Larson Hall swats it out of his hand. And we'll do it again from the other side of the paint. Creech will do the honors once again. Girls Championship night tomorrow night. Be sure to come out and join that. 3-ball on the way off the inbounds by Camden Palmer, his second 3. And it's good, and it's a 10-point lead now. 1-2-1-1 press. Evans in the front court, and he'll be fouled by Palmer Camden.
That's twice that he's knocked down a 3, and then that next possession for Clopton, he's picked up a foul. I kind of like the press that Winfield's putting on Clopton, make them really try to get them out of their comfort zone, generate a couple turnovers, see if they can't get a couple easy buckets.
Genowine on the shovel cut gets it to Hall, and Hall's whistle for the travel. Turnover number 6. Yeah, that's a good press, but if you can get the ball into the middle of the court, then you got a 3-on-2.
Yep.
That's going to be the goal for the Hawks. Into the front court now. Creech, he's going to get out of the paint. He was playing in the post. Now they'll move him outside, see if they can do something from beyond. Martin now gets Palmer right wing to Creech. Creech holds it above his head, skips it over to Camden. He'll shoot another 3. It's short this time.
There's just not a whole lot of movement by Winfield down here trying to attack that 2-3 zone. It's just kind of dribbling around the Genowine takes it. Kane with a offensive rebound, kind of a loose ball. Hall picks it up.
Gets it into Genowine in the corner now. Skip pass out to Hall. Hall for 3 left wing. Good. Chase Hall with his first 3 of the night. He's got 13, and it's a 32-19 lead, matching the biggest lead of the game at 13. Caden Palmer to Camden. They play a little catch. Now to Martin. Martin between the circles. Now to Camden. Back to Martin. He'll drive baseline. Nothing doing there. Back to Camden. He'll shoot the 3. It's good. You're right. They have definitely got the green light from 3. They have hit 5 threes. Their shooting percentage is
very low.
Paltry at this point. And a turnover on the press, and then a foul as Coon's pass was deflected. And Palmer Camden picked it up, and he's fouled. And as Cash will come in for Hall. Foul is going to be on Genowine, his first. And Winfield will have it right below us. Down to 1:40 to play in the quarter. We're in the second. 10-point lead for the Hawks. Creech to the right elbow is 15-footer short. Salmons with the rebound. Gets it off to Kane. He'll dribble up, hands it to Hall. Still in the backcourt. Down to 1:20 to play in the half. Hall, left wing to Genowine. Genowine gets it to Kane, ahead of the key, right wing to Hall. Boy, they had Cash open for a split second. Hall's going to penetrate, pulls up from 10, no good. Cash with the offensive rebound. He'll go up, and he's going to be fouled.
Just a little too much for Sam's. Trying to battle with Cash Evans down there. He's a big boy.
Yeah, Sam's goes, it says 6'2" for Sam's. I'm not sure, but what that's not a stretch.
They might be a little generous there.
Oh, the whole time I played in college, we were always an inch or two taller
for
the
sure
than we were supposed to be. First free throw by Cash is no good. He'll get the second. He drains it. And it's 11-point lead at 33-22. Into the front court now come the Warriors. Preach. Dribble to the right elbow to Palmer. High arcing 3. In and out and no good by Camden. Long rebound tracked down by Martin. Back to Creech. He's going to penetrate in. Gets picked up nicely by Cash. They whip it around the horn quickly. Back to Creech now. Left wing three. No good. Rebound by Cash. Good job catching that long rebound. To Hall. He'll look to push. And he runs over the top. That was a charge. You can see that coming from about 30 feet away.
Yep. You know, Jim, down here on this 2-3 zone, Winfield's going to have to get something figured out. I haven't seen the ball go to the short corner once this half whenever they've switched over this 2-3 zone. You know, you want to try to attack that either going high-low or get that ball to the short corner. You know, you can slide your opposite guy down on the three-point line across the baseline and try to get your guy up top, flashing down. Just try to open that middle up to they're just settling for way too many three-pointers. Looks like they're going to wait and try to run one play here.
Down to 20 seconds. Creech has it now to Martin, left corner to Palmer, in the post now to Caden, and he's whistled for the travel. Turnover number 5 on Winfield, and 11.7 seconds for Clopton to get it to the other end.
Harvey and Lindsay are both going to check in for Clopton.
They will. Genowine and Solomons take a seat. Cash will throw it in. He'll get it to Hall. Back to Cash. Whip it over to Lindsay. To Cash. Now to Hall. Down to 5. Hall. In between the circles. Gets it to Kane. Back to Hall. He's open for 3. Lets it go. Off the mark. No good. And that'll do it for the first half. It was a good first half, particularly for the Clopton Hawks, the number 3 seed. They lead the 2 seed Winfield 33-22. As we head to the locker room at half. You're listening to the 99th Annual Bowling Green Invitational on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Tournament coverage brought to you by Center Locker Service, Community State Bank of Missouri, and Meyer Implement Company.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
Everyone needs help with something at some point in their life. This is Tracy B. with PCHD, and I am here to remind you that we have certified community health workers staffed at our office that offer assistance for free to those who need help navigating local resources and more. Please don't hesitate to call 573-324-2111 to learn more or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report on KJFM, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Well, the Winfield Warriors come in as the defending champion of this tournament, and if they want to get back to the championship game this year, they've got their work cut out for them, as the Clopton Hawks has taken them to them in the first half. Clopton, it was tied, actually, nothing decided at all at the end of the first, 15-15, but Clopton outscores Winfield 18-7 in the second quarter, and they go to the locker room on top 33-22. And Corey, you mentioned it a lot during the broadcast, Winfield settling for three-point shots on their end. On the other end, Clopton's used good ball movement, and they've taken advantage of the break when they had it.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of great things from Clopton offensively. In that second quarter, we were kind of waiting. Cash Evans had 4 points that first quarter, and they immediately went out and they started feeding him the ball. Winfield did a good job about getting backside help on him there towards that tail end of that second quarter. But, he rattled off, I think it was about 8 points there in a row, and Winfield finally made an adjustment. But as far as Winfield's offensive side over here, Clopton switched to a 2-3 zone, and they've been settling for way too many threes. It's always nice whenever they go in, Jim, but whenever they're not falling, a zone can really, really hurt you if you aren't attacking it the right way. I'd like for them, and I'm sure they're going to make an adjustment. They got to start getting that ball down to the short corner because it's just going around the outside of the arc right now. They either got to get it into the high post and get some backdoor cuts to kind of free up that offensive side over there, or they got to get it down to the short corner. You got to get the ball moving in other directions other than, away from the basket around the outside of the arc and taking 3-point shots to try to beat a zone.
Yeah, age-old saying is you can live by the three, but you might also die by the three. And so far it's been dying by the three. Although they've hit 5 threes, but good Lord, they've probably shot, 20?
I guarantee it. What did I say? They'd already shot 6, and it wasn't even halfway through the first quarter, and they didn't slow down any.
Absolutely not. Let's take our first break of half. We'll be back with the first half scoring after this on KJFM WBBA Sports.
And Chevrolet. Get Spot a Shot in Louisiana and DG Firearms.
Cellular Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Sailor and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Castile Color Wheel has been proudly serving Pittsfield and the surrounding communities since 1950 and is an expanded retail area. They began as a paint retailer handling Benjamin Moore and Pittsburgh paints, developing into a full-service decorating center, including wall coverings and Douglas custom treatments. Castile over the years has expanded with home decor, high-quality gift items, bridal and baby registry, an upscale ladies and children's boutique, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 until noon. Let Castile's be your one-stop shop, located just off the northwest corner of the square in Pittsfield.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Pepsi Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Clarbrun Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Rick Rodhouse, Country Financial Agent, Noah Builders, and Central State Bank of Illinois.
Let's tell you about the scoring in the first half. First for Winfield, they were led by Camden Palmer with 13. He had 3 threes in that first half. 6 by Caden Palmer, 2 for Logan Keel, and 1 for Brady Creech, their leading scorer. So they've done a good job on Creech. They were 1 for 4 from the free throw line where the Warriors. 2 players in double figures for the Hawks. Chase Hall leads them at 13. Cash Evans with 12. 3 each for Josh Harvey and Adam Lindsay, and 2 for Jordan Genowine. Hawks were 8 for 11 from the free throw line. 13 was their biggest lead of that first half. Winfield led by 4. That was early on. And Clopton's got to feel pretty good. Kane Evans, who's one of their leading scorers, has not scored yet tonight. So both of the teams with their perennial leading scorers, and Evans and Creech, have been shut down so far. But it's 33-22 Hawks. And we talked a little bit about the turnovers. And it's actually been pretty even.
Yeah, they've been really even, surprisingly. It's just been Winfield's shot selection has just, kind of been their detriment like we've talked about. Clopton actually had more turnovers than Winfield in the first half, if you can believe it, and Clopton still got a 10-point or 11-point lead.
Second half's next on KJFM WBBA Sports.
McMailer and Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Advanced Eye Care, and Wood Smoked Meats.
Welcome to Vast National Bank. How can I help you?
Hey, I'm here to talk to someone about a loan.
Oh, I'll grab you the L97B. We call it the Just Talking form.
What about actually applying for a loan?
Oh my, let me pop in the toner cartridge. Hey Bill, you want to pass me the big stapler?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to People's Savings Bank.
Skip the mega banks. When you need a loan, visit People's Savings Bank. The people you know and trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Geared Up, just off the square in Pittsfield, is your first stop for screen printing and embroidery. The folks at Geared Up take pride in making their communities and schools look great while offering the best prices around. If you're looking to expand your wardrobe, or maybe a gift is on the list, stop by their store and check out numerous items in stock. When you're looking for custom apparel and awards for your business, organization, or team, stop by Geared Up, 211 South Madison in Pittsfield.
It's time to visit Hayden's Motorsports Center in Frankfort. Time to ride with Honda and Polaris ATVs, side-by-sides, and motorcycles. Time to work with Steel and Husqvarna chainsaws, weed eaters, leaf blowers, and more. Hayden's Motorsports Center, just off Highway 61 North in Frankfort.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
33-22 our score here at half. Winfield will have it to start the second half. They'll move from our left to our right. And it looks like the original starting lineups are back in the game for both teams. 33-22 our score. Clopton on top. Jim Ross, Corey Buchanan with you. Well, he's taking pictures. So be sure and check out our website. Preachfield is at the head of the key. Clopton still in that zone. Left wing three ball on the way short that time by Camden Palmer. Hawks with the rebound. Harvey gets free. Gets it to Hall now to Evans on the far sideline. That's Kane. He'll penetrate. Kicks to Lindsay in the far corner. Lindsay in trouble. Gets it to Hall, however. Winfield in a man-to-man, and now Kane Evans drops the ball right on the sideline.
Yeah, he's seen Cash. His brother had the post kind of had great position down there. He just took his eyes off the ball. You see that in the NFL all the time. They're either waiting for a hit or had him wide open, just tried to do it a little too quick.
Back come the Warriors. Clopton in a man-to-man this trip. Creature drive baseline, gets it to the near corner. P. Palmer, he'll drive in the short corner, nowhere to go from him. Good defense by Lindsay. Head of the key now to Martin, left wing to Palmer. Now to Keel in the corner. On a pick and roll with Caden Palmer, head of the key to Camden. He'll step back three, short, no good. Rebound by Harvey. Harvey gets it off to Evans. That's Kane up quickly to Hall. Hall on the left wing. Hands it back to Evans, and then they'll give it right back and reset things with 6:40 to play in third.
Oh, great steal by
Palmer, and he'll head the other way, and he'll shoot the wide open layup. That was Camden Palmer, and I can tell you that's Tony Francis not liking all that. 33-24, he'll call a timeout. It's a 30. You're listening to KJFM WBBA Sports.
Tournament coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Mike Henry Excavating, and Sun Window Company.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Follow Area High School Sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Little 2-2-1 press for Winfield out of that timeout. No problem for the Hawks. Into the front court now. Winfield's going to drop into his own. No, actually, it's a sagging man-to-man. Evans at the high post. Get with the pass underneath. Good catch and a layup by Cash Evans. He's got 14 for the game. In the lead back to 11 at 35-24. 5:50 to play in the third. Palmer on the left wing now on a pick and roll with Sams, who checked into the game during that timeout. Now we get it back to Palmer. Camden to Caden. Caden had the key to Kyle. Back to Camden. He'll drive baseline, and it should be an offensive foul. Good defense that time by Adam Lindsay.
Yeah, and if you're Winfield, Camden Palmer just picked up his third, and he's pretty much been carrying the squad. He's sitting with 15. Yeah, 15 right now.
And Martin will check back in for him for a period, probably till the fourth quarter, I would guess.
Yep.
It's a different world. We played with three. Now the ball's loose in a double team and stolen away by Harvey, and then Cash inadvertently runs into Brady Creech, and Brady Creech is losing that collision every time. Foul will go on Cash Evans, his first.
Yeah, and we didn't say anything about it, but Clopton actually switched back to their token man-to-man defense. They had really good success with the zone. I'd say if Winfield starts figuring out the man, they'll switch back and see if they can attack that zone. They didn't have very much success in the first half.
Sam spins into the paint, gives it to Kyle on the left elbow on a handoff to Creech. Creech now with the dribble. Gives it back to Martin. Martin now, they try to lob it in Sands, but it's deflected, stolen by Hall. Another turnover on Winfield. Back come the Hawks. Leading by 11. 4:50 to play in the third. Harvey now have the key to Kane. He'll penetrate down the right lane, goes up. His shot won't go, but there's a whistle, and that'll be a foul.
Yep, Caden Palmer's going to pick up that one.
Kane Evans will get a chance at the free throw line for his first trip tonight and his first points of the game if he can convert the free throw. He shoots it with the left hand and drains the first. We'll get a second. As into the game now, Luke Pruitt for Winfield. Sams will take a seat. They have another score from the other gym. Yep. Louisiana leads Ellsbury 31-30 at the end of three. So another barn burner over there. A second free throw by Evans is no good. Saved in by Lindsay, but right into Creech's hands. He heads the other way. He doesn't have the numbers, but some way travels through everybody and scores.
Yeah, that was a great Euro step by Creech. Was able to get around the bigger defender, Evans.
And as I've said 1,000 times, you know what a Euro step is, don't you? Traveling. Now Evans nearly has it stolen away from him. That was Kane, but it went off the foot of Creech out of bounds right at the end of the Clopton bench.
So the legend Jim Ross does not like the Euro step.
I do not like the Euro step. I'd go nuts trying to referee that. Probably get run out of the gym. I think I got run out of the gym without a Euro step. 10-point lead for the Hawks. They had the ball. Lindsay on the right wing looks inside. Still man-to-man defense by Winfield. They're sagging in, trying to clog things up as much as they can. Hall drives left baseline, the short corner, nowhere to go. Kicks it out to Kane. Back to Hall in the corner on the left side. Skip pass over to Genuine. He check in. He'll drive baseline, tries to get it inside to Cash. It's loose on the floor. He'll pick up the loose ball and score. Cash Evans has had a couple of garbage points like that. They look like 17-footers in the scorebook tomorrow, I can tell you that.
That's right, and Clopton switches back to that 2-3 zone they had really good luck with against the Warriors in the first half.
They lead by 12, 38-26. Martin on the left wing. Pass goes through the hands of Palmer. He'll track it down right at the center court stripe. Left side to Pruitt. Back to Palmer as they work around. There they try to get it to the short corner like you've been telling them, but Clopton wise to it. Stolen away by...
Yeah, their spacing is just way off. I mean, and with a zone, you can be spaced out way more than that.
Genuine open for three, left corner, in and out, no good. And Evans nearly stole it, but it went off his foot as he swatted it out of Keel's hands. And Winfield will maintain possession as Camden Palmer will return with those three fouls, so he'll have to be careful. Larson Hall in for Cash Evans for the Hawks. 3:09 to play here in the third, 38-26, Clopton on top. A lot of basketball to be played yet. Creech into the front court. Pick and roll with Palmer. Gets to Wayne, and his shot's partially blocked, but there's a whistle on the foul.
I think Larson Hall's going to pick up the foul, I believe.
I think you're right. Actually, yeah.
Yep, he picks up his first foul.
Creech will go back to the line. He's 1 for 2 from the charity stripe so far. And he misses the first. 72% from the line, so uncharacteristic from Creech. He just doesn't quite have his shot tonight, does he?
No, he doesn't, and really hasn't taken very many shots tonight.
Second free throw is good, so he's 2 for 4.
Not for averaging 17 a game.
Harvey will return for Clopton. Lindsay to the bench. 2-2-1 zone press, full court by Winfield. Kane and Hall in the backcourt. Now they're going to have to hustle. They do get it in the front court to Harvey, and he has it stolen from behind. Swatted away by Creech. Palmer with the steal. Palmer going to the glass. His shot's partially blocked by Kane Evans, but he'll be whistled for the foul.
I didn't hear anybody yelling wolf, and I don't think Harvey was aware that Creech was coming right behind him. Is that what you guys used to yell?
Yes, we did. I'm not that old. I'm old, but I'm not that old. So Camden Palmer will go to the line. He'll get 2 shots. And the first one is good. Having a good night. He's got 16 now for the Warriors, 16 of their 28. Cash Evans back in. Hall to the Larson Hall to the bench.
If he can't get it within single digits here.
Front iron short, no good. Kane with the rebound. He'll get it out to Genuine. Genuine with some space. Winfield playing with a little more urgency on the defensive end of the floor. Harvey in the corner, back to Hall. Trying to play that in your belly defense now and deflected on the entry pass by Palmer out of bounds. And Clopton will have it free throw line extended.
Yeah, Winfield looks like they're starting to get a little bit more intensity down here on the defensive side. We're starting to see a few good things on the offensive side. Maybe it just take them, almost 3 quarters to warm up.
Got to go back door on those older plays. Kane to Hall on the right wing. He'll penetrate in, goes up, and he's going to be whistled for the travel. Could have been an offensive foul, too, so good thing he'll live with the travel. 10th turnover of the game for the Hawks. And a 10-point lead, so this one's far from over with 2:08 to play in the third.
Hawks right now with 5 turnovers already, 2 minutes left to go in the third. They've almost matched their turnover amount for the first half.
Into the front court comes Creech. Pruitt checks in. He's on the wing. He has the ball now. Get Kyle in as well. They whip it over to Palmer in the corner. He'll penetrate to the paint, kicks it out to Camden. Back to Creech. His three's off the mark, no good. Cash with the rebound for the Hawks. He's pretty much on the glass on both ends.
Yeah, he's done a really good job keeping Winfield from getting hardly any second chance opportunities down there.
Hall now gets it to Kane. He, in the short corner. He's in the double team. Jumps up, skips it out to Genuine in the corner to Harvey. Back to Genuine. Head of the key. He's open for 3. High arcing 3. Good. Caden Genuine with his first 3-pointer of the game. He's got 5 and a lead back to 13 now, matching their biggest of the night. Long 3 on the way by Winfield. No good. That was Palmer. Clopton with the rebound. Down to 1:08 to play. Man, if they can't get anything to go in, and if they don't, they're going to lose this game.
Yeah, with their shot selection.
Hawks need to take advantage. Kane on the right-hand side, dribble from paint, goes to the baseline. They whip it to Hall now to Harvey. He penetrates in. He's got some room at the glass. It won't go. And Kane with the offensive rebound. Back to Genuine. He'll back up beyond the arc, gets to Cash. He'll shoot it from the free throw line. Good. Really good ball movement that time by the Hawks.
Great ball movement, and I think that was Cash's first shot outside of 5 feet.
I'd say you're right. Other than a free throw, and
Yeah.
that was just like a free throw. So Winfield playing for 1, down by 15. That's kind of bizarre. 43-28. Clock's not their friend. I guess they figure they got 8 minutes, right?
I guess so.
Palmer with it down the corner, kicks it back to Pruitt. He'll shoot the three from the right wing. It's no good. Kane with the rebound with 10. If they hustle, they can get a shot. Genuine tries the baseball pass it, but it's knocked down by Creech into the score table and out of
Clock
bounds.
still running. They're going to have to put like 4.1 back on the clock.
And I think they've got it spotted as Creech crashed into the score table. And, you know, he's not going to knock over Kerry Bibb. He's got to stay in there and take a hit and turn that clock off. So let's see what they're going to put. I think they're going to put 4.1, 4 seconds. You had a good eye there.
I still think it's 4.1.
Well, we won't argue over a 10, will we? Bunch of subs coming in for this final 4 seconds to keep extra fouls from happening to the starters. Solomon's in for the Hawks. They get it to Harvey. He'll pull up from three. Creech with the block, and it's loose on the floor, and that'll do it for the third quarter. It was another good quarter for the Hawks, and they go to the fourth leading 43-28. You're listening to KJFM WBBA Sports.
By Bouquet Florist and Gift Shop, Pike Lincoln Technical Center, and Pogue Ford.
Get the best deals of the year during New Holland's Value Bonanza, going on now at Bowling Green Tractor. Put 0% financing for 72 months in your pocket, or choose a freeloader on Workmaster subcompact and compact tractors and Boomer compact tractors. Reliable, powerful, and easy to run. They help you tackle chores without breaking the bank. Work smarter with year-end Value Bonanza savings at Bowling Green Tractor. Stop in today. Offers end December 31st. For commercial use only. Customer participation subject to credit qualifications and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and other restrictions apply. Down payment may be required.
The Eagles Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast in downtown Louisiana is under new ownership. It's been updated and offers its own unique charm. Our historic venue is perfect for weddings, celebrations, and gatherings. Make your special moments unforgettable. Call or book online at theeaglesnestinbb.com.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
43-28, the Hawks lead it. They have it as we start the fourth quarter. The inbound's deflected. We've got a couple of subs in. Looks like DJ Barth in, as is Colin Sams, along with the Palmers and Creech for the Hawks. And the Hawks get it into Hall to Cash. Cash skips it over to Salmons, but it's stolen by Creech. Salmons in place of Lindsay, along with Genuine. And now they get it inside, and we've got a whistle and a foul.
Not sure if Harvey or if Hall. Looks like Hall is going to pick up that reach-in foul.
For the Hawks, it's Cash, Salmons, Harvey, Hall, and Genuine as we start the fourth. Warriors get it in. Palmer dribbles to the left block, goes up, and scores over Genuine. Camden Palmer has 16. Now full court man pressure by the Warriors. Genuine against Palmer. Into the front court now. We played 30 seconds in the corner. Genuine penetrates in. His runner up and good. Jordan Genuine did it all on his own that time. Took Camden Palmer to school, actually. Palmer back, and he has it swatted from behind by Genuine out of bounds on the baseline.
I mean, that was just a prime example of if you can beat your man and you can get down the center of the lane, you go until somebody stops you. And nobody stopped him. He just finished at the rim. Great take by Genuine.
Breach goes to the bucket, and he's hammered to the floor from behind by Harvey, and Cash was there as well. We'll see who they call it on.
Almost looked like Tucker Salmons.
It was going to be Tucker Salmons. He snuck in there. And Creech will go to the line and get 2 shots. He's only got 4 points so far tonight. Remember, he made 19 of 20 free throws in the fourth quarter in the Clopton championship game. A 70-60 win for the Warriors. They've got their work cut out, though, now as he makes the first. They still trail by 14 at 45-31. Hawks have controlled this one pretty much from the outset. He makes the second, and it's 45-32. Hawks got to be careful, though. They're an explosive team on the wire. Warriors, Genuine in the front court, has it stolen away from behind by Creech. Breach has endless energy. He's going to go to the hoop, gets it to Sams. His shot up and good. And just like that, it's an 11-point game. Hall into the front court, gets it to Simon. Simon drives baseline, gets it back to Hall. It's too tall and out of bounds. 3 turnovers in a row for the Hawks.
Yep, that's 3 turnovers on 3 straight possessions for the Hawks.
Kane Evans back in for Solomons with 6:50 to play. As you can feel the tension building, and Coach Tony Francis can as well. So he'll put a stop to it with a timeout. 45-34, Hawks lead. 6:50 to play in the game. You're listening to Bowling Green Tournament on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Bowling Green Tournament coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Kearns Construction, and All Parts.
Experience the ultimate golf adventure at Tee Time Golf, Bowling Green's premier indoor golf simulator destination. Whether you're a solo golfer looking for a relaxing round or want to challenge your friends, Tee Time Golf can accommodate up to 6 players per hour. Choose from a variety of game modes, stroke play, scramble, teams, or even driving range. Visit their Facebook page for more information on pricing and reservations, or call 573-591-6699. Tee Time Golf is not just a game, it's a golfing experience year-round like no other. Swing by and elevate your game. They are located at 1107 Business Highway 61, Bowling Green, Missouri.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, Perkins Electrical Services, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
45-34. You can kind of feel a little momentum shift in the building, and so could Tony Francis. So he calls timeout to try and settle his troops down. 3 turnovers in a row on 3 trips, and a 15-point lead shrunk down to 11. And Winfield has the ball with 6:50 to play in the ball game. Preach now walks it across the timeline. Clopton in a zone. Is it a 1-3-1? It kind of looks like it. They get him down on the block to Palmer. He'll turn around, shoot by himself. Everybody, the defense disappeared.
Yeah, they did. Everybody just seemed like they backed away from Palmer.
Another turnover by the Hawks. Palmer with the steal on the press. They get it right side. 3-pointer on the way by Caden. His shot won't go. Well, check that. It was Camden. The Hawks with the rebound. Kane now gets it to Geneline and gets it to Hall. Hall now the senior leader on this club.
Tony Francis yelling at him that
Go
get the ball and take control.
And he'll have it knocked out of his hands. Now Winfield's going to call a timeout. 45-36, 6:09 to play in the ball game. You're listening to the Bowling Green Invitational on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Lacrosse Lumber, Silex Banking Company, and Calumet of Missouri.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer at People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, State Farm Agents, Pepsi, and Ackles Farm Market.
$45-36, lead under 10 for the first time in a while for the Hawks.
Coach Francis, I'm sure, was talking to Chase Hall, the senior leader, that he needs to go get the ball and take care of it. If Winfield fouls, he's the one that needs to be shooting free throws anyways.
And he'll throw it in, free throw line extender right below us. They get it into Kane. He's in a double team, spins out of it now, looks for some help.
Lots of ball pressure by the Winfield Warriors.
Harvey with it now, inside to Cash. He turns, goes up in a crowd, and will be fouled. Will be in the act of shooting.
Not sure if Caden Palmer or Sams is going to pick that one up.
Somebody took a big swing, I know that.
And they gave it to Caden Palmer. That's going to be number 3 on him. Both Palmer brothers have 3 fouls.
And Cash back to the free throw line. And he drains the first. Nine in that championship game. He's doubled that already in this semifinal game here at Bowling Green as Lindsay will return for Harvey.
He's 3 for 4 from the charity stripe tonight. See if he can't make it 4 for 5.
Back iron, no good. Creech with the rebound up quickly to Palmer. And he's going to let it fly from way deep. He can get that shot anytime.
Yeah.
It's off the mark, but they steal the rebound from Kane. Now the shot blocked by Cash, and Winfield loses the ball to Clopton.
And then Clopton got the ball and turned it over. He stepped on the line. Looks like Lindsey just may have got his toe on the line down there. It's back to Winfield.
Multiple turnovers in that exchange. I lost track of how. So after all that, Winfield has it. They get it inbounds to Camden. He'll drive to the paint on the left elbow, kicks it outside to Barth. Now to Creech. Creech hadn't shot much from deep, hadn't had his confidence. He'll try and penetrate in.
Ran into a brick wall.
He gets his own rebound and is fouled. Foul is on Hall, I believe. His third. And Creech will go back to the line. We talked about energy. That's what Francis was screaming at his team. Get some energy. And as Creech can't convert the free throw. He'll get a second. 3 team fouls on Clopton, 1 on the Warriors. Creech for the second is good. And it's back to 9 points at 46-37 as ball's kicked in, and we've got a whistle and a holding foul on Creech as he had a hold of Paul. Coach Varner having a conversation with another official. I got to tell you, man. Well, I won't tell you. Hawks get it inbounds. Kane has it. Gets it into the front court to Lindsey, and he'll be fouled by Barr. They'll get it 28-foot line extended between the bench and the score table as this thing's picked up the intensity a great deal.
I just don't know why it wasn't this intensity starting out the game, you know.
Winfield turned up the pressure on defense for sure. Kane travels. He got a running start that time.
He sure did.
I think it's turnover 16. You may have a better count than I do.
Yeah, that's 11 for this half. That's a total of 18 right now.
I'll add a couple more then, because I knew I missed a couple and all that chaos down there. Harvey returns for the Hawks. Winfield with the ball, trailing by 9. Creech open from 3, had the key, in and out, no good. Hall with the rebound, and he'll be fouled. Oh, we're going to call a jump ball. And on the alternating arrow, it'll go back to Winfield.
Winfield's going to get Camden Palmer back in the game. See who he's going to take the place of Connor Martin, who snuck in on us.
So the 2 Palmers have been the 3-point shooters for Winfield all night tonight.
Maybe they've got a quick hitter here to get one of them open. Haven't seen very many good sets out of the inbounds play for Winfield.
Well, here it comes to Creech in the corner. He can't get free. Back to Palmer. He'll shoot 3 from the other key. Back iron, no good. Cash with the long rebound. Gets it to Genuine, and he's fouled from behind by Palmer. That's Caden, and that'll be 4 on him. Clopton is just waiting.
Yes, they
for
are.
The double team to come. They got to get it and go. Don't wait for the defense. Cash to throw it in, and he gets it into Hall. Just man-to-man defense, and they'll try and jump trap when they get into the front court. Ball has stolen away by Creech. He's got a wide-open layup, and he'll score it with the left hand. And the lead shrinks a little more. 19th turnover. It's down to 7, and nearly stolen again by Sam on the inbounds pass, but it goes off his foot out of bounds, back to the Hawks. 4:33 to play. Clopton has controlled this thing since the early going, and Winfield is turned up the screws. Cash to throw it in as the Winfield faithful trying to fire things up. Loose on the floor again, picked up by Barth on the steal. Gets it to Sams, they'll reset to Creech. Turnover number 20 in the game for the Hawks. Creech now with it, left side to Barth. Back to Creech between the circuit on a pick and roll. He pulls up from 3. Good. Brady Creech makes it a 4-point game, 46-42. Genuine in the backcourt now, being hounded by Camden Palmer. Gets it into the
You
front
just don't
court.
want to pick up a tic-tac foul if you're Palmer. You've got 3.
That's right. Now they got a double team, and they're going to have to call a timeout. They had Harvey trapped, and Clopton will have to burn another timeout with 3:59 to play in the game. They still lead 46-42. Winfield on the move. You're listening to Bowling Green Invitational on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Brought to you by Barnes Roots and Herbs, Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic, and Tom Bolin Ford. Noah Builders in Silex is a proud supporter of all area athletes. They're a small, locally owned contractor with over 25 years of experience in custom and new home construction. Noah Builders wants to take your forever home plan and make it a reality. Call or visit Noah Builders at noahbuildersinc.com.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM, brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, County Market in Louisiana, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
In a barn burner from the other gym, Ellsbury escapes. We defeat Louisiana 45-38. They will now face North Callaway at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon for the consolation trophy. Back here, Winfield erased a 15-point Clopton lead. They trail by 4 still at 46-42, and Clopton burned the timeout as, boy, the defense has really turned it up.
The Winfield defensive ball pressure has completely took Clopton's ball handlers, and, they've created so many turnovers in just a short amount of time. Clopton right now, they're going to have to dig deep and figure out a way to be careful with the basketball because it's pretty ugly right now.
They get it down to Kane on the block. He'll kick it back out to Hall. The Kane on the right corner. He'll drive baseline. Nowhere to go. Double team comes. He gets out of it to Hall. Hall skips it over to Genuine. Genuine to penetrate. Started to spin move, then decided not. Out the Hall between the circles. Right wing to Kane. Kane on the dribble to the baseline. Nowhere to go for him, and we've got a whistle and a foul.
That's going to be number 5. That's going to be a big blow for the Winfield Warriors.
It was pretty ticky-tack. You talk about ticky-tack fouls on Caden Palmer. That'll be his 5th. And so Coach Varner will take his 20 seconds or 30 seconds, however much they give him nowadays, to bring in a new sub.
And, Jim, I've been wanting to ask you, we haven't really seen it yet this game, but how do you like the new 5 fouls in the quarter rule and they get to automatically shoot 2 free throws?
I think it takes away from some pressure free throws in that window from 7 fouls to 10 when it goes from 1-1 to 2. However, I haven't really seen where it's affected the game very much so far.
Understand trying to get people to not foul, but I totally disagree with the new rule change. I am not a fan.
So to the line is Kane Evans. He misses the first.
See, if it was a 1-1,
right.
Winfield's got the ball 46-42.
However, it's only 5 fouls, so it wouldn't,
that's also
be a free throw yet.
Yep.
Kyle checked in for Caden Palmer, who's fouled out. Evans with the second. It's off the back iron, too. Genuine swats the rebound, but it goes off a Winfield player right back to Sands. Breach now into the front court with 3:20 to play in the ballgame. They trail by 4. Clopton's led by as many as 15 in this. Winfield led by 4 way back in the first part of this ballgame and haven't led since. Palmer drives.
Great reverse layup.
Up and good. Camden Palmer takes it upon himself to score. It's a 2-point game. 46-44. Genuine in the backcourt against Palmer. He could pick up his, he's just got 3, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Genuine penetrates in. His shot up off the glass and good.
That was a big bucket for Clopton.
Yeah, it was.
It's been a long stretch since they've scored.
Genuine took it in amongst the big boys, too, and got it off the glass. 3 ball on the way by Palmer. Short. Cash with the rebound and gets it out. Now Genuine run with it. 3-on-1 break. To Hall. Here's layup up and good. That's the way you stop a scoring drought. Run the break. 50-44 all of a sudden, back to 6-point lead, down to 2:20 to play in the ballgame. Creech surveys things from the center court circle. To Sam's left wing to Barth now, down to 2:20. Creech on a pick and roll with Kyle, right wing to Palmer. Palmer back to Barth, left wing to Creech. He'll fire a 3. It's short, no good. Kyle with the rebound, kicks it to Palmer. Palmer back to Creech. Down to 2 minutes to play. Two possession game, I should say, at 50-44, Clopton on top. Creech taking his time, dribbles to the right wing, gets it to Kyle. Back to Creech. Creech on a pick and roll, pulls up from 15. He's got it. And a timeout by John Varner. We'll step aside as well. 1:42 to play in the game. Don't go away. 50-46. Hawks lead. They'll have the ball. You're listening to KJFM WBBA Sports.
Bowling Green Tournament coverage brought to you by Custom Work Salon and Tanning, Hayden's Motorsports Center, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Think about all that's important to you, your family, your possessions, and your future. Pick up the phone and call Rick Rodhouse from Country Financial. He, along with his staff, will assist you with insurance coverage to protect what matters most, in addition to preparing you for the future. Best of all, Rick will take the time to get to know you and find solutions for your budget. For coverage you need at a price you can afford, contact Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency in Pleasant Hill to chat about your insurance needs today.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
It's on here in the high school gym. 50-46, Clopton leads. They will have the ball after the Winfield timeout. Camden Palmer is fouled out of the game. He fouled out with 18 points. He was their leading scorer for the night. So they've got to find some offense, and Brady Creech has picked it up for him in the fourth quarter as he scored.
He's got 10 points this quarter.
Right. So the Hawks have it there. Oh, they back out of the pressure to the Warriors. That's a shocker. So now Hall's going to take his sweet time. He can burn 10 seconds just getting it across the timeline. Guarded by Creech. They'll try and jump trap.
Yep. That was the right call.
Off of Harvey's hand on an entry pass, and Barth pressured him. And that's turnover 21. Is that right?
Yeah, that's just a hustle play there. I mean, that's a great denying the pass. I mean, the Winfield Warriors' fourth quarter effort on the defensive side is completely different than what it was the first three quarters.
Pruitt checks in the game for Barth. Pruitt a three-point shooter. Creech now directing traffic down to 120. Plenty of time left with a two-possession game. Creech guarded by Harvey. Back step up three, short, no good. Kyle swats the rebound, goes into Kane Evans' hands. He'll give it to Genowine. Then Genowine got away with a double dribble. And it gets into the front court now to Hall. He tried to pick it up and then fumbled it again. Genowine's going to go to the paint, takes the hit and scores. Body to body and put it on the window, and it drops. 52-46. Hawks lead, down under a minute, 45 seconds to be exact. Kyle to the paint. Kicks it out to Creech. Creech on the right wing. He'll penetrate in. He'll pull up from 12. Good. Count the bucket. They're going to call a foul on the shot. They may very well. The shot is going to count. The field goal is going to count.
Josh Harvey's going to pick up the foul. You know, if you're Clopton, that's exactly what you don't want to happen. He's going to get a chance to get another bucket here with the time standing still.
And with the free throw, he can make this a one-possession game. 52-48 our score, 34 seconds to play. Creech at the line. And he rattles it home.
That was a big free throw there.
Here comes the full court pressure. And they'll foul Kane Evans immediately as soon as he catches it. And that is a 16th foul, so we'll walk to the other end. And Kane Evans will shoot a couple of free throws.
He's 1 for 4 tonight from the charity stripe, Jim. I think they probably talked about that over there and left him wide open to be able to implement that strategy.
And let's see if he can squelch the strategy. Generally a pretty good free throw shooter.
Yes, he is.
And he makes the first. Then will come Pruitt, little offense for defense substitution by John Varner. Two-possession game now, 53-49. Evans has had an off night. He's only scored 2 points. Make it 3.
Big free throws.
2 very important free throws. Timeout on the floor. 54-49. Hawks lead it. This is the Bowling Green Invitational on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Center Locker Service,
Community State Bank of Missouri, and Meyer Implement Company.
Gambino's in Louisiana is now open 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday. Enjoy lunch options, and Gambino's dinner menu begins at 4, including the popular Make Your Own with your choice of pasta, meat, sauce, and veggie. Other entrees including lasagna, red wine pot roast, and weekly specials with a variety of beer and wine available to enjoy with your meal. Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
If it's not on the menu, we don't talk about it.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Warriors have it out of the timeout. They trail 54-49. Creech picks it up as it rolls to half court. Now in the front court to Palmer. Right corner to Kyle. He'll drive baseline, tries to get it inside to Sams, kicks it out ahead of the key. Pruitt's three is an air ball, and it's short. Was it tipped by the defender? They say no. And so it'll go back to the Hawks as the defender came out and closed out and took a big swing at it and must have missed it as Barth will come in for Pruitt for defense. And Cash will throw it in as all 10 players are in the backcourt. Cash, he's got a man wide open. He didn't throw it deep enough. Hardy would have shot a layup, and now they'll foul Will Palmer. And that's going to be his third. If Cash would have let him, he had a wide open trek to the basket, but Harvey made the catch, got fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, I think if he knocks at least one of these down, that's pretty much going to seal this ball game up.
And this is kind of where that comes into play. Evans' free throws and these free throws would have been 1-and-1s. They both made the first one, so it wouldn't have mattered at this point, or tonight anyway.
Yeah.
And so Harvey makes the first, and he makes the second. He doesn't dribble it either. Him and Cash Evans just grab it and shoot. And the lead back to 7. So the Hawks in good shape as Creech fires a desperation 3 and makes it. And a timeout on the floor. So we're not done just yet. 11.2 seconds to play. Let's keep it right here. 56-52. The Hawks lead it. If you're just joining us earlier tonight, the Van Far Indians defeated Bowling Green 66-40. North Callaway defeated Silex 51-42, and Ellsbury defeated Louisiana 45-38. So the consolation game set for Saturday at 1 o'clock, North Callaway and Ellsbury. Bowling Green awaits the loser of this at 2:30, and Van Var will get the winner at 4 o'clock. And Corey, now you just got to get it in and make a free throw or two.
Yes. Yep. That's what it comes down to here. You got to try to get the ball to your best free throw shooters, and there's actually quite a few pretty good free throw shooters for the Clopton Hawks. Haven't seen Harvey shoot very many from just a couple games that I've watched, but, I mean, like you said, he grabs the ball and he's ready to fire, and he made both of them.
Cash throws it along the baseline to Genuine. They get it into Hall, and he's fouled immediately by Creech. So just a little over a second ticked away, and we'll walk to the other end. And Chase Hall will shoot 2 shots. Fouls on Brady Creech, his second.
Chase had a big first half. He got 2 points here in the second half.
And he can maybe ice this baby away if he can make a couple of free throws here. No matter what, it's still going to be a 2-possession game. He makes the first. He's been a clutch free throw shooter for him all year.
Yes, he has.
Pruitt comes in again for Barth. They've been doing that every dead ball. So Chase, the senior, will get a second. And he drains it as well. So it's 58-52. Just don't foul now. The order nearly stole away. Palmer's going to fire up a wild 3, and that hit the tape up above on the way to the basket. I haven't seen that one. And that's out of bounds. And so it'll be a spot throw-in for the Hawks with 5 ticks to go. And Winfield's going to back off, and that's going to do it. What a battle this was. Exactly what we expected. But the Hawks are going to upset the Warriors. They get to the championship game with a 58-52 win over the Winfield Warriors. The postgame show's next on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Tournament coverage brought to you by Poland Chevrolet. Get Spot a Shot in Louisiana and DG Firearms.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports comes health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and the Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athletes. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the square in Bowling Green.
Since 1939, Meyer Implement Company has been serving the local agricultural and business communities with quality sales and service. Meyer Implement has also taken great pride in supporting those communities and would like to wish the area sports teams the best of luck throughout their seasons. Be sure to stop by and visit the people who truly appreciate your business. Meyer Implement Company in Bowling Green.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Well, I know quite a few people left this gym when Clopton got up by 15, and they missed a doozy of a second half of the third quarter and fourth quarter as Winfield charged back from that 15-point deficit, got it to within 3 at one point. Were unable to get over the hump. We were tied at 15 at half, or at the quarter, I should say, 18-7 scoring advantage for the Hawks. They led 33-22 at the halftime break. A 10-6 scoring advantage for them in the third. 43-28 our score. As I mentioned, they stretched it to 15, but then the Warriors came storming back and outscored Clopton 24-15 in the fourth, but it was too little too late as the Hawks win at 58-52. And Corey, it was you and I were talking off there. Are they going to come back? And we both agreed that Winfield was going to make a game of it, and they sure did.
Yeah, and the reason that we were saying that is because, Clopton had 15 turnovers in the second half, and I would say probably 8 or 9 of them come within 6-7 minutes apart from each other. It just seemed like one after another, and Winfield, they really capitalized on it. And I'm not sure how many points you had for Brady Creech in that fourth quarter alone, but he really showed why he was scoring 17 points or averaging 17 points a game, because he really led the charge for the Winfield Warriors, and he got them back into it. And Jim, with the turnovers, Clopton ended with 22 and Winfield had 12. It was just Winfield's shot selection was so bad that Clopton was able to take advantage and just kind of get that lead going that first half. And Winfield started hitting some shots that fourth quarter, and boy, did they come on strong there at the end.
They did. They wanted to shoot from 3, but there was one stretch in there where we commented that Clopton had 3 turnovers and 3 possessions in a row.
Yep.
And when you're up by 15, the number one rule is take care of the basketball, and they let that get away from them a little bit, but they end up with the win. Let's take our final break of the night. We'll come back and give you the scoring and set things up for tomorrow night for you. You're listening to the Bowling Green Invitational, the 99th version on KJFM WBBA Sports.
Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Advanced Eye Care, and Wood Smoked Meats.
Do you want the small town banking experience with personalized service? Come visit the staff of Silex Banking Company. Silex Banking Company offers one-on-one individualized attention to its customers with all decision-making in-house. Silex Banking Company encourages you to stop by at 20 South 2nd Street in Silex or visit online at silexbank.com. Silex Banking Company, small town banking, providing personalized service. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Experience the ultimate golf adventure at Tea Time Golf, Bowling Green's premier indoor golf simulator destination. Whether you're a solo golfer looking for a relaxing round or want to challenge your friends, Tea Time Golf can accommodate up to 6 players per hour. Choose from a variety of game modes, stroke play, scramble, teams, or even driving range. Visit their Facebook page for more information on pricing and reservations, or call 573-591-6699. Tee Time Golf is not just a game, it's a golfing experience year-round like no other. Swing by and elevate your game. They are located at 1107 Business Highway 61, Bowling Green, Missouri.
Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic knows that getting the best care for your pet is a top priority. They strive to provide the greatest quality medical and surgical care for our furry companions. Their newly expanded and remodeled facility, with accommodations for comprehensive inpatient hospital care and complete outpatient care, allows the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic to keep your pet healthy and safe so the whole family can cheer on our area teams.
When it's time for some heavy-duty work at your place, there's only one name to remember: McMahler. McMahler & Sons, backhoe and excavating of Silence, offers septic system pumping and grease trap cleanouts. Just give a call for all types of backhoe work with high lift and track hoe. They install water or sewer lines, septic tanks, and drain tile. They can build lakes, do dump truck work, jackhammering, bobcat work, and more. Fully insured. You can count on quality workmanship from McMahler & Sons, backhoe and excavating in Silence. Call 573-384-5978.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Rick Rodhouse, Country Financial Agent, Noah Builders, and Central State Bank of Illinois.
Run down the scoring for you. You mentioned Brady Creech. He had 4 at the end of the third quarter, scored 16 in the fourth. To get above his average of 17.5, he finished with 20. Camden Palmer fouled out early in the fourth, probably about, 5 minutes to go in the fourth, with 18 points. That hurt their comeback efforts. Caden Palmer had 8, 2 each for Colin Sams and Logan Keel. They were 7 for 13 from the free throw line, and they had, I think you said, 12 turnovers. For the Hawks, they were led by Cash Evans. He had 19, 11 for Chase Hall. 17 for Chase Hall, 11 for Jordan Genowine, who made some big running shots into the paint in that fourth quarter. 5 for Josh Harvey, and 3 each for Kane Evans and Adam Lindsay. The Hawks were 16 for 23 from the line. More importantly, in the fourth quarter, they were 7 for 10, but they had 22 turnovers, so Coach Francis will have a talking point.
Oh, for sure.
So that gets them into the championship game against Van Far at 4 o'clock on Saturday. Tomorrow night, though, it's girls' championship night, so come out for that. We'll kick it off at 4:30. Silex will take on North Callaway. The third-place game at 5:50, probably more like 6 o'clock, will be Louisiana and Ellsbury. And then the championship game, the Clopton Hawks will take on Winfield. Winfield, the 6th seed, 2 upsets, have made it to the championship game, and that game will tip off somewhere between 7:15 and 7:30. Corey, your final thoughts?
No, just to the Genowine, he had 3 really big buckets in that fourth quarter that kind of gave Clopton a little bit of a spark. And, their free throws down the stretch is what really sealed the deal. But, whenever we come into the tournaments, it's our favorite time of the year to call games because these are the games that we want to see. When tournament time comes, there's a lot more pressure, a lot more hype on the games. And these really close games coming down to the end are always so much for us to call.
And that one was a blast. We give you the best and most comprehensive coverage us high school sports is around, and we had the whole crew here tonight. I want to thank Corey, Maddie, Mark, Rodney, April, Tanis for taking pictures. Maddie pulled double duty, took pictures, and kept you and I out of trouble, which is a full-time job. Winfield drops to 9-8 on the season. Clopton raises their record to 14-4. My name's Jim Ross. The final score tonight, 58-52. The Hawks win it. So long till tomorrow night.
Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at KJFMradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
Serving the Twin Pike counties of Missouri and Illinois, Eagle 102. KJFM, Louisiana Bowling Green, and the Eagle 97.5, WBBA, Pittsfield.